There we are. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Online. We are, well, where are we? Oh, yes. We're over in Vesper Bay, about to speak to the Allied Communications Commander and get ourselves into a little bit more mischief. The one thing I want to check before we go too much further is this. Although I don't think I have to worry about that till after this. Oh, let's check it anyway. Into Duty Finder. So there's a point. There's a couple of sticking points when you're going through A Realm Reborn, but I think the sticking points I'm thinking of happen in the patches that come after. So basically, we need to see if we have unlocked. No, we have not. Right. Well, that answers that question. We're not at those sticking points yet. And we're definitely right. We don't have to worry about this until we finish A Realm Reborn, which we're going to do with our White Mage. We want to be at level 60 before we actually get to Heavensward, because Heavensward is where you're supposed to end up at level 60 at the end, and I like to be there before we get there. And then I like to get to level 70 because it just makes the journey a little bit easier. However, see, into classes and jobs. Right. I can't remember if I've been doing the parallel leveling with this girl, as I have started to do with others, because it's just easier for you to get your gear, so your backpack doesn't clog up with gear. Yeah. Okay. What we want is we want to have... I mean, ideally you want to have 3 in each class running. So we need to get our Arcanist and our Thaumaturge up. Maybe our Red Mage. We need to be about level 60, I think, for that one. Because once we get Arcanist up, we can have Summoner, which that turns into, and Scholar, which gives us 2 healers to share the gear between. I know, brain hurt. And then things start to get complex. What we're going to try and do today, because I don't have a school run, we are going to try and get through the end of A Realm Reborn. And yes, that does mean we're going to watch the credits, because I don't want to skip that scene, because there's story at the beginning and in the end of it, and I really don't want to miss it. So I'm just going to pop up the main scenario quest list that you can find over on the Fantasy 14 online wiki at Console Games. And we're going to go to where we're at. We're doing a hero in need. Keep scrolling. Here we are. All right. A hero in need is like our 4th last quest for A Realm Reborn proper. Let's see if we can get that done. I know, because we have 2 dungeons and a trial to go, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that done. So let's see how we go in quiet little Zervan. All right, just jump back so I can see what I'm doing over here in case things go wrong and I don't notice. Radio. 1 Allied Communications Officer, a hero in need. The Allied Communications Officer has a task that can only be performed by a hero of the Alliance. Phase 2 of the operation is presently in motion. Our brothers and sisters of the Maelstrom are holding their own against the Garlean forces upon Vilbrand and the Rotano Sea. Ere long, the 3rd phase will begin, and you must take to the field once more. The immortal flames shall strike at Castrum Meridianum by way of a diversionary maneuver. While the Garleans are thus locked in battle, you are to infiltrate the stronghold and bring down the Magitech field that surrounds the Praetorium. The staging point for the mission lies in the shadow of Castrum Meridianum in northern Thanalan, and that is where you must go. On your way there, however, I would ask that you make a brief stop at Camp Blue Fog, one of our key outposts in the area. The garrison, I am told, is low in spirits, and it would do our troops well to see the hero of Cape Westwind appear before them. For the good of our cause, please stoke the fire in their hearts. Stoking fires, mate. That's what I do. Let's go. We are, however, going to go and see what quests we can pick up at at the Waking Sands, because because I always forget them and we need them. So the sooner many of these are done, the better. So you will see on the screen in the little mini map thing a plus sign, an exclamation mark and a plus sign. And that means there's something for me to unlock. Now, some of these are now clogging up my quest list because I haven't been able to find people to run them with. Now, these are good to do, and we're going to probably come back and do them with classes that need a little boost in XP. But right now, these little plus sign things that we find in this area are kind of important. Urianger. Primal fear. Urianger looks beseechingly in your direction, fear in his eyes. Friend of the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal walketh the shroud. Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and return to tell the tale, avow that never before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bowlord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray hie thee to the seat of the first bow, and shine thy light upon the matter. Right, that one is a pain in the neck, but let's go anyway. Although it doesn't need to be, actually. Wait, which door? There's a door. Alright. Can we get to Camp Blue Fog from here? I have just woken up. Well, okay, I woke up about an hour ago. We actually can. Alright, or maybe not. No, we can get to it. So if you've unlocked Camp Blue Fog, you can just teleport to it. If you have not unlocked Camp Blue Fog, you need to go to Blackbrush Station, head north, ignore the little goblin place where you learn how to meld materia, and just head up, straight up here. There's like a set of ramps. You go up the ramps and then through the tunnel, and you'll end up here. I mean, we can do that run. Let's do the run. I'll show you how to do it. Alright, Blackbrush Station, boom. So if you're very new to the game and you have not unlocked Camp Blue Fog, I can't remember why we've unlocked it. Probably crafting or something. No, our crafters aren't that high level. Well, I don't know. We must have been in some mischief. Rightio. Camp Blue Fog, easy to get to. Alright, there's the bonfire where you go and find Mutamix to do your melding. But we want to go up here to the Nanawa Mines. Right? Where's my bird? Or my whatever I have. I think I only have a bird with this character, right? Mount guide. Yep, just the bird, boys. Just the bird. Right. Yep, we don't want to go to Cutter's Cry yet. We do want to go to Cutter's Cry because eventually we're going to have to head on through and murder things in that in order to be able to get our rank, the rank required to be able to buy housing. This feels wrong. Feels like I've headed in the wrong direction. It really does. Yeah, we have. Alright, there it is. Yeah, see. Alright, Blackbrush Station. Don't do what I did and hang a left, just come out of it and hang a right. Past Cutter's Cry, which is down here and over there. Alrighty. This feels wrong. No, but it isn't wrong. Because we're going to go up here, around this little nub of land here, and up into these mines. I know why it feels wrong, because I normally come up through that gap there. Okay, because normally we come in through this way, and we go up this way to where Mutamix is. Right, anyway, you don't want to go through here, okay, because basically you can't, that I'm aware of. And you want to come up this little ramp thing. And through this tunnel. Easy peasy, wooden squeezy, as long as you don't get lost like I do. I know, right? Alrighty, here is your Aetheryte. The first thing you're going to do is attune to it, but we don't need to do that because we've already done it. That's a Levmet over there. We should probably do that while we're here. Cracked Fist. Ah, Sergeant Lunara, yours is a most welcome presence here at Camp Bluefog. Logistically speaking, we're ready to march on Castrum Meridianum at a moment's notice. Alas, while our troops are here in body, their minds are anywhere but. Yeah. The garrison's mood is dark, so daunting as the prospect of joining what may prove to be the bloodiest battle in history. But with a hero such as you walking among them, we may yet rekindle the dwindling embers within their souls. Alright, let's do it. What's this? A level 49 weapon coffer. Have we purchased a weapon better than 49? Will I one day get to undo my weapon coffers? Let's find out. Oh my giddy aunt. Alright, bird, come here. Right, so I've been sticking my materia in my bird's saddle because, frankly, I do not have enough space for all of this stuff. We did go fishing. I wonder if I could stick my bait in the bird's saddle and if it would eat it. I did not say that. Let us sort everything. So you see over here we've got a whole row of red dots. These red dots are our weapons coffers that I haven't opened because my character has got a level 70 item. I'm just scared to put it in my bird's backpack because it annoys me while it's here and I don't forget. What is this? This is all my... I know, this is all good stuff that I could use for my crafters if I had them, right? Carpenter, blacksmith, armorer. Let me just... Come here, you. That over here. My bird's backpack up here somewhere. Alright, what have we got? Bastard sword is for paladin or gladiator, which we haven't woken up yet. What level is it? See, so I do want that. You know what? I'm just going to stuff all of this. Control I. Okay, we've got space in all but this one. What's wrong with this one? Oh. We probably should have visited an inn because there's a few things we can stick in our armoire. What's that? The Emperor's... What happens if I put that on? Whoa! I see. Can I please just optimize my gear again? I know apparently I'm wearing this, which gives me absolutely no protection whatsoever. Funny that. Let's just put some proper clothes on. There we are. Okay. I know now, having seen the state of my backpack, I'm like, whoops. The problem with we don't open these with the class we're not going to use them in because I'll end up with a lovely array of cleric's weapons, white mage weapons, which I don't need. What I was going to do though, these are all weapons and they will all fit, so let's stop faffing about. So you'll see how we've got all of these repeats, like in varying levels. These are basically the classes we've been leveling up and the weapons as we've gone through them. And I don't think I can desynthesize yet. No, I can't. Which is why we need to learn carpentry. Carpentry will help me desynth. Actually, no, I don't. I need to... okay, carpentry for the fishing rod. He gets blacksmithing for the tools. And I'm pretty sure it's alchemy for the canes. Yeah. And the probably the alembic as well. So basically the idea would be to take all of these out by desynthesizing them and then get the crafting materials and stuff them in our retainer. Oh, that, lordy me, that is a mess, isn't it? Right, but for now, let's just... No, come back. Can I... Give me that back. We need to close that, otherwise it's not going to go where I want it to. I think that did eventually end up in my thing. Maybe. I know. I've lost my bastard sword. There it is. Armory chest. And armory chest. And armory chest. And I don't have a culinarian, so we're going to stick that in the armory chest. Normally I'd say don't do this. Shift Control I, because this thing should be in my saddlebag, along with the paint, because jolting paint around on the back of your bird isn't a problem, is it? This is offhand. For a minute. Oh, look, this is caveman. Caveman inventory. There we are. Beautiful. Now I actually have a little teeny tiny bit of space in my backpack. Do we have a summoning thingammy what's it here? Or am I going to be forced to go all the way back to Limsa? Well, let's go unlock the Chocobo Keep for a start. You never know, one day I might get sick of zippity Ul'dahing around. The countryside. The expensive way, and I might need to save some gil. Alright, I think it's my backpack. You know what, I've done it with a backpack in worse state. We're good. Cracked Fist, my good friend. You had something else you wanted? Hearts on fire. Sergeant Cracked Fist needs a hero to raise morale on the front lines. Sergeant Lunara, I mentioned that I was hoping you might raise the flagging spirits of the men and women of our garrison. Worry not, it's no unnecessarily laborious task that we ask. The mere presence of a hero such as you walking in their midst would no doubt serve to restore them a measure of morale. And so I ask of you this. Make your way to the cerulean processing plant and report to General Rauban once you have arrived. And Godspeed, Sergeant Lunara. Our troops are counting on you. Right, was that a polite get your tail into gear? Because we're going to stop over here and have a quick chat with Rurubana. Levs of Camp Blue Fog. Rurubana, the Adventurers Guild representative for local Lev quests in Camp Blue Fog, is seeking an adventurer to undertake Guild Levs. Bird, seriously. Of all the postings in Thunlan I had to get stuck with. You there. You look like a woman of action. Might I interest you in a Guild Lev? As the representative of the Adventurers Guild here in Camp Blue Fog, I am charged with distributing work to able-bodied individuals not unlike yourself. Now I know what you're thinking. Why waste time performing menial tasks for strangers? Well, my good madam, allow me to assure you that you shall be richly recompensed for all services rendered. I see that I have your attention. Excellent. Now then, there is but the small matter of the trial Guild Lab. It would hardly be prudent of me to send you out into the wild without first verifying that you can complete my tasks. This job should serve as an adequate test. What say you, friend? I say all Lalafels are trouble and Lalafell tanks are terrifying. Okay. Blow up incubator. I believe in trial and error. The more spectacular the error, the better. They won't even let me have an assistant anymore on that account, though they do keep doubling my funding. Now I'm thinking of something that makes Galayan armor go boom or possibly kablooey. Just grab whatever seems promising and I'll get airing. Let's accept it. Alright, this is a quest within a quest. Aha! I knew you'd agree. Let us review the details of the request, which you doubtlessly considered carefully before accepting, yes? Your client desires materials for the development of a new type of explosive. To that end, you must slay a variety of beasts in the wilds north of Camp Blue Fog. A simple task perhaps, but nevertheless dangerous. Do take care, and remember that if you die, you cannot claim your reward. Good luck. Thunlan, where Lalafels are the most mercenary race of little folk on the planet, and Hyur and whoever else lives there is not far behind them. What level have we got here? Level 49. What am I? A level 58. So things will try and take a chock out of me because I'm tasty, delicious, and not that far above their level, or so they think. Alrighty. With a Lev. Do not grab the Levs of Camp Blue Fog and ask to complete the trial, okay? Because it'll tell you it can't open the map. Go down to the Lev you were given, in this case, blow up incubator, where you report to Northern Thunlan, in this case, the green circle, which if you hover it over it in your minimap, you find it has a matching title to your Lev. Click on that. Report to Northern Thunlan gives you your map. My bad. Click on the orange bit, not the blue bit. Hit that initiate button down here, and it's going to tell me that your home point is not set to an Aetheryte in this area. If you return to your current home point at any time during the Lev quest, you will automatically abandon the duty. Proceed? Sure thing, don't abandon the duty. It has the saddest music ever. Difficulty, confirm that is recommended level +4 because we are way above what it needs. Changing classes during the course of this duty or using a class above the recommended level may reduce the amount of experience awarded upon completion. Yeah. We're just doing it to tick the box. We're good. Alright, you know what? I'm not a milady. Yes, I can just, irritate this thing from afar. Let it run over to me. Say, bird, where is your furry little tail? Get it over here quick. Thank you. Now, do you mind? Don't stand in the middle. That's it. You peck it. Do not let it get away with that behaviour. So what will happen is you'll see that you've now got 3 little green bits in the on your map, and each one of them has like these little cards in them. So you're looking for monsters with the little cards over their heads, and we're going to just blow them up. And you'll see you have a little target list. So the bird is not on the target list, girl. I know my feet aren't glued to the ground. I'm just being really lazy this morning. Until I really need to be not lazy. And we're looking for the last thing with a little card over its head. That's this one, and we'll just grab that. Okay, I know my coffee is rapidly getting cold. And now I have one more monster to beat. No, I have 2 more to beat. Spark rocks. We are avoiding the big lizard because it looks hungry and I don't want to be lunch. Always good to just get a little bit of lev questing or bait work done when you first jump on in the morning or evening, whenever it is, simply because it helps you just get your head around your class's abilities and UEs again if you haven't been playing for a day or 5 or 10 or a month at least. And you get familiar again with what your character can do. So when you go into a dungeon, you're not quite so hopeless. That's my 3rd spark rock. You'll see she's put her staff away, so the duty is done, hopefully. No, it's not. What? You want another spark rock? Go, come here. We don't have to walk between these, we can actually go faster. I did not avoid the lizard. It ignored me though, thank goodness. And done. Okay, I obtained a cobble of spark rock. Let's return to the lev met, favourite part of levs. If you've got several levs you want to do, you can always hit decline and just run to the next green area and initiate it. But if you've only got the one like we have, then you just go back to the lev met with a free teleport. Welcome back, my good madam. Here is your payment as promised. A bonus has been awarded based on difficulty. A bonus has been awarded based on speed of completion. And you get, some high potions, that's nice. Not that I ever truly harboured doubts as to your abilities, but rules and regulations cannot be ignored. I'm pleased to state that, given your stellar performance, I am now permitted to offer you a wide variety of guild lands. Peruse them at your leisure and let me know if any are to your liking. I'll be here when you're ready. I'll always be here. Yes, you will. Alrighty. Blue Fog Levs unlocked. Now, if you have not unlocked Camp Cerulean, we have, I believe, but if you haven't, okay, it's up here. You just need to ride north. This way. No, wait. And I am lost. No, not that way. Radio. Although that does have a little red dot in it. I don't think I've unlocked all of the areas in here. So let's go and unlock our red dot. The West Watchtower. Just make sure that we've got that. We don't need to go up, we just need to tag it. Find the basilisks. I know I'm going to call them something else because that's what we call them over in New Britannia. Don't ask me what that is now because the name escapes me. But anyway, go north, head up through under the bridge. And, is there another red dot area? No. Oh yeah, there's one over there. I think we've been there though, maybe. Oh no, we haven't. We'll get there. We'll go there another day. We're good. Let's get chopping. I know I've got things that we're going to be doing that I don't want to miss. And here I'm like, ooh, look, red dots. Yeah. exploring the map, that you actually get a bonus for unlocking all the areas in each area, and like a little achievement thing. So there's your Etherite. So we're here to talk to Raban. General. Well, if it isn't the hero who brought down the Praefectus, it's good to have you with us, friend. I'm trying to work out what his voice was like again. As you can see, the mood about the camp here is grim at best. I was hoping that your presence alone might serve to raise spirits some. Unfortunately, it would seem that many are too preoccupied wallowing in fear and self-pity that they have yet to even notice you have arrived. Might I ask you to make the rounds and share a few words of encouragement to those men and women whose spirit falters? I had a mind to do it myself, but I'm quite certain it would carry more weight coming from you. Once you have seen to the others, go and do the same for Edelstein. No matter what he may claim, the lieutenant would also be better for a bit of rousing. Trust me, I know. I should rouse Raban as well, that'd be funny. Go, boy, go! What are you doing, hero? Making sure you're ready to fight, sir. Yeah. This is another Chocobo Keep. The reason we do this is because if we don't want to spend 100 gil to get, say, to Camp Bluefog, we can spend 50 and have a scenic tour. But you can't use your Chocobos unless you've unlocked them, which is annoying. Alright, let's go find these, yeah, come on mate, you're okay. These guys. Yes sir, right away sir. Sigh. Don't wait for your opponent to strike. Okay, what we're supposed to be doing is we're supposed to be psyching them up, so make sure they're highlighted. Type in /psych or find the emote and put it here. She's such a quiet psycho. Ah, the Garlands are not near as frightening as you. I'd sooner face a vanguard while naked as my name day. I am not that scary. Okay, Lalafell. Oh wait, you want me to psych up a Lalafell? I don't know if that's a good idea, guys. Oh, I'm fine, truly. Nothing to worry about. Just a mild case of battlefield nerves. Well, alright. Don't you worry about those nerves. You can PSY, CH. There we go. You can deal with them. Yarg! I break my fast on Garleans, and right now I'm very hungry! I told you psyching up the Lalafell was a bad idea. It's like you've got to put him in a bottle and shake him or something. Try doing that to one of these guys. Regard him, stick a regard in a bottle and shake him, put him there as a breaking case of danger. Oh man. We're finding Lieutenant Edelstein. He's over here. No, we're not. Finding another private. Ah, but he's not far from Edelstein. There we go. Hey, you! Ah, the oft-rumored hero. Doubtless you will single-handedly save us all. I cannot do it on my own, young man. Go! I need you at my side, fighting and stuff. Your stirring gesticulation has reawakened me to my purpose. Hero or no, I will fight tooth and nail to protect the realm. There you go. You got this. Alright. Now, Edelstein. Aye, you look a little down the dumps, Lieutenant. You would stoke my fighting spirit as you did your recruits. A kind offer, but hardly necessary, I assure you. The fire in my heart rages as strongly as it ever has. Oh yeah? Let's see it rage a little higher. You're looking quiet to me, sir. Oops, I can't spell either. Never psych him up that way. By Relga! Without my realising it, the fire of my resolve had grown dim. But thanks to you, it burns red hot once more. If needs be, I shall lay down my life to secure victory for Eorzea. Rightio, now, what are we wearing? We've got Zama's earrings, so we don't really need anything from here. So we're going to just go with our elegant bronze pieces. I do like being able to check before I go and get stuff. Rightio. Let's head on. Ah, but that reminds me, Sergeant Lunara, there is one other matter. Oh yeah? Prior to launching our old fiddlesticks, I thought you might fancy a spot of warming up before we face off against the Garleans. So I've taken the liberty of applying for clearance on your behalf. Oh, you did ya? Right. Hall of the Novice training expanded. Oh, this stuff is worth doing. New exercises have been added to the Hall of the Novice. These solo challenges will teach you how to interpret the attack markers seen during combat. You may access them at any time, either by selecting Hall of the Novice from the duty section of the main menu, or by speaking with any of the smiths found in the Adventurers Guild across Eorzea. These ones are new-ish. Complete these exercises and arm yourself with the knowledge required to conquer the many challenges that await in your journey. I am prepared for tactical training. Alright, there are two ways to access Hall of the Novice. One of them is to find one of those nice people with a big leaf over his head that is a training guy, and you generally find them in places like, I don't know, the Carleen Canopy, down in Limsa, next to, not far from Baderon, or, not Baderon, his doppelganger that's in the main city. Anyway, or in Ul'dah, or you can find them just north of Alport in the Hall of the Trainee. But because we're nowhere near any of those places, and for the life of me I can't see one of them lurking about on my map here, what we're going to do is we're going to jump over here and see if I can find it down in my my bits and bobs. It's not in... You know, for some reason I thought it was under social, but actually... No, gosh, I've forgotten where they've hidden it. Let's go find it. It's not that one. Probably under duty, actually. Hall of the Novice, down the bottom. See? Hall of the Novice, found by the novice at finding the hall. There we go. Hall of the Novice offers training exercises for party combat. As your level rises, you'll face greater combat challenges with all manner of dangerous enemy attacks. These exercises are designed to arm you with the knowledge you'll need to survive. Upon completing them, you'll receive the Neophyte's Ring, which increases XP earned by 30% until level 60. Well, you know, we are still one level off level 60 with this character, and we can transfer it to all of our other characters, so probably worth doing. Alright, react to attack markers. Let us begin. I know, that thing makes me jump every time. Here we go. We can't speed this guy up usually. Duty commence. Let's get rid of that before I... Welcome, Mistress Lunara. In this training exercise, we'll have you carry out a variety of common evasive maneuvers. Very good for healers to know. We need to dodge. My agent here will serve as your opponent. Try to get a sense of her incoming attacks and handle them accordingly. Have I not done these training activities? Whoops. Take your starting position when you are ready to begin. Right. Let's go. As you doubtless know, no few magics strike a wide radius around a given target. The marker of such an attack will often look like this. Oh, lovely. Yeah, let's not murder my... I can't move. If you sense that you've been marked, you do well to move away from your allies so that they aren't caught in the blast. In other words, don't kill your friends. Right? The danger is greater still if an ally is targeted with the same time. Stand too close to one another and you will suffer double the impact. Let the exercise begin. Commencing in 3, 2, 1. So you see we're all circled in pink and we don't want to be together. Bravo, Mistress Lunara. To start the next exercise, take your starting position. Where have they hidden that? Aha. Our next exercise features a strike so powerful it cannot be endured alone. Allow me to demonstrate its marker. Oh Lord. If you see anyone with one of these, run toward them and stand with them, okay? Because it hurts a lot otherwise. And if it's your healer, you don't want them to die, so definitely go stand with them. Upon sensing this marker, locate its target and make your way there as quick as you can. Also, if you've got that marker, go in toward where the others are. Don't run around. Just go straight to the middle where the tank is. Commencing in 3, 2, 1. Right then, let's begin. You see how we all running into the center? And we all got hurt. I should probably remember I'm a healer. I should have used 5 actually. That's not going to help. Okay, it's not letting me use my abilities in the training. Among you adventurers, I'm given to understand that... Oops, I forgot what that was. Right, they brought their own healer. First we beat you up, then we fix you. Starting position, and I missed the blurb. Okay, hang on. I'm given to understand that these are known as stack markers. Rings odd to my ear, but I suppose it matters not. Let's start the next exercise. Rightio, we didn't miss anything important. Next, we'll look at a lethal variety of attack that none but a tank can handle. Behold its marker. Now see, I wish I'd done this when I first started playing, because I ran into this marker to help out the tank. And died. As a healer. I know, so do your training, it helps you. Remember, only the tank is equipped to survive a blow of this magnitude. Any other caught in its blast will perish. Now for a proper demonstration, everyone, position yourself so the tank may shield against this strike alone. Let the exercise begin. So you're waiting for this little whirly thing to slide down. Commencing in 3, 2, 1. And of course you target your tank as a healer and you make sure he's on full, possibly give him some extra like a regen marker and maybe heal him, because these attacks can pack quite a punch. Should it fall to you to deal with it, you do well to employ what abilities you have to lighten the damage. To start the next exercise, take your starting position. Right, the back of the room. I have not been that naughty. Here we go. Now let us practice how to handle a more persistent threat. Take note of this marker. Oh, okay, what's that one? What will follow is a chain of attacks that chase you doggedly. You must stay on the move, all the while keeping away from your allies. Let the exercise begin. These do you good to actually I know. Whoops, sorry tank. Oh dear. The tank's like, thanks a lot, healer. Spectacular work! With that, your basic training is complete. Now come and speak to me for your reward. No? Yes? Yes. Right. Master of Trials. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to put your knowledge to the test. Overcome this final challenge and your training will be complete. Are you prepared for your final challenge? Should you feel less than confident, you may wish to revisit the basics. I can't talk this morning. Commence the final challenge. We will now begin the final challenge. Once you are prepared, take your starting position. All right. Allow me to test all that you've learned thus far. In this exercise, you'll face a slew of different attacks, each of which you must deal with appropriately to minimize the harm you sustain. Let the exercise begin. Commencing in 3, 2, 1. Right then, let's begin. Survive all the attacks. Get out of there, girl. We survived it. So they don't make it simple at the end. You don't want to share the tanks. Much as we like our tank. Ha! That went well, says the Thaumaturge. You can't blame him, really. That's our duty. Right, that's easier than the first. The first set is like a series of 7 or 8 exercises that take you right through the basics. And the good thing about that is you get a whole set of level 17 gear out of it right when you probably need it. Alright, let's go and talk to the Master of Trials. 10,440 XP, 400 gold, and boom. Actually, we get 20,000 because we're on a server that is preferred. Rightio, let's have a quick chit chat. Now, you don't have to do that. You can just avoid it and not actually do the practice. I find it's useful for remembering some of those markers. We're going to we got new gear, I think. Let's see if we got a ring that's going to be any good to us. Did it go into our backpack? I may already have it. Oh, no, it's a new character. Well, looks like we have a better ring already. Never mind. Control I. Enter rings, make sure it went in. This. Alright. Looks like we did not get a neophyte ring. Brand new ring. 30% when level 30 or below. Malachite and tourmaline. I know, those nice people promised us a ring when we finish the training. Looks like we have not done it. Never mind. Edelstein, how you doing? It's a puzzle for another day. Rock the Castrum. Edelstein would send you forth to commence the penultimate phase of Operation Archon. Yes. You have rekindled the flames of courage that burn within our brave men and women's hearts, and for this I thank you. And now the time for battle is nigh. We must march forth with no worries or regrets. General Raban awaits you at Castrum Meridianum. The battle will not be an easy one, but I trust that you're up to the task. Godspeed, Sergeant Lunara. Wait, I'm being a mage now. Oh, Lord. I know. DPS is a much more relaxing fight time, I tell you. It gets quite stressful being a healer. Let's go. Castrum Meridianum. Perhaps we should ride Budgie and get there a bit quicker. Oh, good lord, what am I thinking? Budgies do not move fast at this level. We're better off running. Everyone wonders why I run through this game. It's because in the early phases of the game, this is your fastest mode of movement. I'm coming wide for a reason. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look. A hunting log target. Hi, it's so good to meet you. I should be doing this as well, by the way, instead of just standing there with my thumb where it shouldn't be. Here we go. Now, do you have a little half moon? Right, how many of these do we have to murder? 2 of them. I'm sure he has a friend somewhere. Look at that. One friend coming right up. No, not you. Thank you. One Hoplamarcus friend. What? Get closer to the big man with the little man with the axe. I don't know. Actually, oh no, he's got a sword and shield. Extra feisty. Oh no, what do we got? And now extra squishy. We turned that man into jam. Oh. Speaking of things that turn you into jam, that doesn't look friendly. We could probably try and turn it into jam. It's really big. Let's irritate it. I told you it wasn't friendly. What are you doing? Don't stand in that. Right. I think I brought a cane to a sword fight. A gun fight. Look at that. No, he was silly. He brought guns to a magic fight. There you go. And broken. Am I trying to run through a rock again? I am. It's very, very dark this time of day. Raban. Our hero returns. I trust that your visit has done much to lift the spirits of our garrison on the eve of our greatest battle yet. Time is of the essence. Let us commence the briefing at once. Alrighty. Okay. I know, look at the art here. I wonder if we'll ever see these two, Alice and Alphino, grow up. Brothers and sisters of the Alliance, I would share with you glad tidings. Doubtless spurred on by the news of the siege of Castrum Meridianum, the Maelstrom has struck a double blow. Castrum Occidens and Castrum Meridianum are now under blockade. Phase 2 of Operation Archon is a success. Reports tell us that the Ghalayans offered fierce resistance, but that the Admiral yielded them not one ilm. With Occidens, Meridianum and Oriens thus suppressed, the third phase may begin in earnest. Even as we speak, the Order of the Twin Adder moves to block the railway leading hither from Castrum Sentry, and that can mean but one thing. The hour is come to strike at the heart of the Galayan invasion force. Castrum Meridianum, the den of the Black Wolf. My fellow Eorzeans, I am Minfilia, mistress of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. There exist myriad barriers that divide us, those of race and nation, language and creed, to name but a few. Such barriers serve to isolate us from our neighbours, yet they also serve to define who we are. Shorn of them, there would be little to distinguish one from another, and the rich variety of our lives would give way to sterile orthodoxy. These barriers can never truly be broken down, of course, not so long as there is liberty in the world, but they can be transcended. Verily, we do so now in coming together for this grand endeavour, to fight side by side in defence of our shared home. Oh God, Alphino. Before me stands the adventurer Mistwalker Lunara. You all know her as the woman who will lead the unit tasked with destroying the ultimate weapon. We Scions are different, Mistwalker, however. We Scions know a different Mistwalker, however. We know her as a dear friend who has endured untold hardships on our behalf, a true hero who has ever blazed a path for us to follow. And why do I tell you this? I tell you, friends, because it is time for us to blaze a path for her. Oh, really? Our objective is to wreak such havoc outside the walls of Meridianum as to afford Mistwalker and her comrades the time they need to disable the Magitech field generator within. With the path thus cleared, we may finally turn our minds to the true goal of this operation, the destruction of the Ultima weapon. All troops, prepare for battle. I fear I can't accompany you this time. The unenviable task of facilitating communications between our forces has been entrusted to the ironworks, you see. Know, though, that I will be praying for your safe return. All right, Sid, we got this. We won't have if the comms lines break, though. See that you come back to us, my dear friend. May the crystal bless you and keep you. We will suffer the Black Wolf to prowl our lands no more. Let us teach the hunter what it is to be hunted. Forward, comrades, for Eorzea. Go now, Mistwalker, and bring us one step closer to the dawn. All right, let's do the thing. Castrum Meridianum, now accessible. A new regular duty has been added to Duty Finder and Duty Support. Sigh. Now we could attempt to do Castrum Meridianum with a group of NPCs. We could, but it's much more fun to do it with other players. Item level, here we go. Leveling your character is crucial to unlocking Eorzeir's end content. However, it is not the only value you need to keep your eye on. Almost as important as the level of your class job is the level of your gear. The reason behind this is simple. All gear is not created equal. The items featuring a high IL item level are most often stronger than those with a low IL. While some high-level weapons and gear can be crafted or purchased in stores, the majority can be obtained in exchange for Allagan tomestones, special drops that can be found in instanced dungeons, raids, and on the hunt. Ooh, a hunt too. Once you have collected enough tomestones, journey to Revenant's Toll to outfit yourself with the best equipment the realm has to offer. Alright, we're going to tick Castrum Meridianum and we're going to hit join. So begins the third phase. Let's grab our adventure. Rock the Castrum. Right. So begins the penultimate phase of the Archon. While the main alliance host wreaks havoc without, you must steal inside Castrum Meridianum and disable the Magitech field generator. Challenge Castrum Meridianum with other players via the Duty Finder or with a party of NPCs via Duty Support. Both systems are accessible from the main menu as well as the dungeon's entrance point. Lieutenant Edelstein once more expresses his gratitude for all you have done to lift the spirits of the troops as well as his own. With morale high once more, the time is nigh to begin the third phase of Operation Archon. March forth to Castrum Meridianum and report for duty to General Rabban. We did all of that. We go into Duty Finder and you will discover... I know, what are we going to do now, guys? We're going to go find another class and level it. So begins the third phase of Operation Archon, which entails a frontal assault upon Castrum Meridianum, Gaius van Belsar's seat of power. Forming the main thrust, the immortal flames will strike at the stronghold with all their strength, though this is but a feint. While the garrison's eyes are drawn outwards, you and your comrades must steal past its defences and attempt to deactivate the Magitech field which protects the Praetorium, the fortress within a fortress wherein the Ultima weapon is believed to be housed. Yes. Alrighty. And normally... Rightio. Well, what are we going to do next? Let me see. We could go do something peaceful, but I'm thinking we have a dearth of other character classes we can choose from. So let's have a look. See. So what we're trying to do is level up these classes kind of in parallel. We're trying to get them to level 60 before we actually hit Heavensward, because there are a few things I want to unlock that I can't unlock otherwise. And I tell you what, it is driving me bananas to... I know. Was it? Wait, that word's not. Anyway, it's driving me crazy to not be able to deconstruct my equipment. So I do want to do some of that, but I think I've inundated you with crafting. No, that would be another character I've inundated people with crafting with. So what I was thinking is, while our crafters are really low, we don't actually have a lot of other classes as well. And we're trying to level them up so we can share the gear. But the other thing we can do... But I still want to be able to deconstruct that gear because it's annoying me a lot. Alright, what do we need for our gear? Let me have a look. We need blacksmith, alchemist, and carpenter. So carpenter's Gridania, blacksmith's Limsa, alchemist is Thanalan. We can do thaumaturgy in Thanalan. So we could do alchemy while we do thaumaturgy, and we could also level up our miner. And then we could jump on down and do blacksmithing and armoring at about the same time as we do fishing, and arcanist in Limsa. And then in Gridania we could do botanist, I don't know, maybe botanist, carpenter, archer, something like that. A lot of the general gear we can share across with archer, but it starts to split as we go up higher in level. All right, what were we doing first? Ul'dah, because we've already started our thaumaturge. Dyslexia, not your friend. Entertaining for others, but not you. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait. It does say 6 minutes. So this will be interesting. We probably don't want to get into a cutscene. Oh, that is a good point. Alrighty. We have an Ul'dah citizen. That Ul'dah citizen is for Samurai Unlock. The Worried Weaver is for Viper Unlock. Where are we going? We're going back in here because I can actually teleport to where I need and I don't need to run. Crazy girl. What are you thinking? What we also need to do is probably go see our retainers as well. Let us jump into the Ethernet. Let's go down to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange and do a little bit of inventory. I don't want you in there. Work. And maybe some repairs. There's my independent arms mender. And we're going to get that friendly dude to repair all inventories. This way, if you even want to put anything in your armoire, or in your glamour chest, everything across the board is repaired and not just what you're using at the moment. Kind of handy. That distraught lass over here in the corner, that's our Red Mage unlock. Ooh, we could unlock Red Mage, Thaumaturge and Arcanist and work those three up. That would work. Let's do that. Except that's a cutscene I don't want interrupted either. I know, this is the hard part. We've got to balance stuff. Alright. Given we don't want to interrupt cutscenes, which we will have to do if the dungeon pops. Yeah, so Thaumaturge and Red Mage we could do, and Alchemist. We can interrupt those fairly much, maybe. Alright, let's leave Red Mage until we finish this dungeon. Let's go grab our Thaumaturge. And also our Alchemist. Because Alchemy, oh, we've already started it. Excellent. Do I have a quest for it then? I know, it's like this when you're switching between stuff, it gets a little bit discombobulated. Alright, we don't need to go see anybody, we just need to complete our first level 1 missions. Breaking Brick Mountains we should do as well. Actually, that might be fun to do while we fill the space. Let's go get that out of the way. Breaking Brick Mountains is the event that's currently on. It's level 7. According to the Amagina and Sons representative, the unusual golems can be found lumbering about in every corner of Eorzea. Obtain a chunk of one of the blocky constructs by participating in the fate brick by brick, followed by the fate brick by stone brick or brick by gold brick in one of the following locations: the Sildee excavation site in central Thanalan, the south of Blind Iron Mines in Lower La Noscea, and east of Bronze Lake in Upper La Noscea, Spirit Hold in the Central Shroud, or the south of Finder's Bluff. And I've just found a flaw in my plan. If I go after that and we get called out during the middle of it, that's not going to work very well for us either. Old Wisdom, New Ways is the other thing we can do. Let's go check our gear for each of those. Now, I don't have to change it into my gear for each of those. All I need to do is go see. We need to just go to gear set. And we can see what our gear level is across the board. Mine are 18. It's kind of sort of maybe just a bit low. Alright, so our crafters are on equal pay, equal gear levels. Except for our alchemist, our gatherers are on equal levels. Our crafters, carpenter, blacksmith, armorer, are all over the shop, but that's okay. That's why we only have 3 of them. Alright. I know, this is the bit where I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like it with every character as I try and work out a better way to do it than last time. Okay. Let's go. Missions. My first scepter. You have slain... Okay, we've done it. Let's go and turn it in. Chokabuki. We may or may not get interrupted in this. I apologize in advance if we do. We probably should be our thaumaturge as well. Pretty sure they're not expecting a white mage in this place. Chokabuki. I know, it did say 6 minutes, now it's saying 8, and it is a Monday morning, and it's also a morning after, the day after, what do you call that thing? Independence Day, so we might not get a run. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished her foes, Mistwalker. I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to engage your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are found by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Ether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser degree. Remember this for the most basic law of arcane, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response for moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. The next thaumaturge quest will be available from Chokabuki upon reaching level 5, which we are at. Boom. Choco, how you doing? The threat of intimacy. Guildmaster Chokabuki wishes to draw you further into the abyss of thaumaturgy's secrets. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. I'm like, let's jump into Duty Finder and do things while we're waiting for this, but we can't. Sigh. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zozomaya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Chokabigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. Right, he's averse to being approached. Oh no. Well, Chokabigo, let's get you out of your comfort zone. Yes, Mistwalker, I've been expecting you. Allow me to read you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's guide. The threat of intimacy. Ah, how magnificent the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fists shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat and stand you apart from such men. The last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. You know, Choco, you could have just said that. Apart from the agony of being hit or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The further, the better. Now let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Mistwalker, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. Right, you know what? My brain is going nuts because it doesn't want to do this one at a time. It wants to do all the things and all the time. So we're going to do the slightly crazy. And I wasn't going to do it, but we are. We're going to go and we're going to find Pugilist and we're going to find Gladiator And we're going to go log them up. What is my journal looking like? 16 out of 30. It can stand a few little quests. And we're going to go grab Red Mage, because I'm not sure when this dungeon's going to pop, but if we put our lives on hold for it, it's not going to be much fun. So down we go to the Pugilist Guild, marked by this beautiful red banner with a fist. Because there are hunting logs to do, and I want to do them all kind of parallel so I don't have to run around the country 6 million times. Gargaruna, the Guild Receptionist. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. We pugilists are specialists in hand-to-hand combat. Through rigorous training, we forge devastating weapons of our fists and feet, which we employ to great effect in battle. There is no better place in all the realm to train in our discipline than here. If you would walk the path of the pugilist, I highly recommend you add your name to our roll. What say you, friend? Yes. A decision you shall not regret. But before we proceed to the paperwork, it is essential that you know something of our guild's storied past. Oh, God. Since time immemorial, man has used whatever has been at his disposal to settle disputes. In the beginning, that meant fighting with his fists. Such hand-to-hand combat existed in various forms throughout Eorzea, each evolving independently of one another. The origins of pugilism as we know it, however, can be traced back to the staging of bare-handed bouts at the Colosseum. These contests attracted fighters from far and wide, bringing their myriad styles crashing together on the blood sands. Amidst this chaotic intermingling of styles, there rose a pugilist of singular strength and skill. This woman made it her life's mission to master every form she encountered that she might refine her art. Among her many songworthy exploits, we pugilists remember her participation in a gladiator tournament most fondly. Back when bare-handed fighting was still seen as a pastime for peasants, she took on fully armed and armoured gladiators, and effortlessly bested the lot of them. Word of her feat spread across the realm like wildfire, of course, and Ul'dah swiftly transformed into a centre of pugilism, with people flocking from all over to train under this master among masters. The woman's name was Cornelia, and it is to her that the Pugilist Guild owes its existence. The art practiced here is based on her all-encompassing style, and this training hall is modelled upon the one which she once built. And there it is, a brief history of the Guild. I've told this tale 1,000 times, but gods, it never fails to fan the flames of my fighting spirit. Now then, before we can proceed with your enrollment, you must first obtain the Guildmaster's approval. Let me know when you're ready to meet him. Oh, Lord. Yes, Gargaruna, I'm ready to meet him. So, are you ready to present yourself for the Guildmaster's inspection? I surely am, my friend. Gargaruna wishes you to affirm your desire to join the Pugilists Guild. Master Hayman is among the greatest pugilists of our time. For long years, the man ruled the Blood Sands as the Holy Fist, though he has since retired in favour of training aspiring fighters. You will find him overseeing his charges yonder. Go now and show to him the fighting spirit that burns within you. Alrighty. Of course, the downside of this is you're going to get about 5 different stories running parallel. But the upside is we will get it kind of all fitted together. Past time you got your ass back here. Well, what did the dancer have to say about my proposition? Hey, you're not my errand boy. There's no dancer, there never was. I'm not doing anything indecent, I swear to the gods. No, of course you wouldn't, Master Hayman. What? You're here to enroll? Oh, well, why didn't you say so sooner? In my capacity as Guildmaster, I would be glad to give you a primer on the art of hand-to-hand combat. Doubtless, you already know this, but we pugilists fight with our fists and feet. While these don't deal with as much damage as a blade, it hardly matters when you can land several blows for each swing of the sword. What we lack in destructive force, we more than make up for in speed and cunning. Under my guidance, not only will you master striking techniques, you'll also learn to string them together to deliver an endless flurry of blows. Only through such fierce combinations can a pugilist realize his potential. Yarg! He's going to do himself an injury. He surely is. See? Injury. Crikey! I'm spent from all this talking. You ought to speak more, lass. It'll give me a chance to catch my breath. Where was I? Ah, right. Joining the guild. Before you do so, I must warn you that the path of the pugilist is long and arduous. Do you believe you've got what it takes to go the distance? Be honest with yourself now. Yeah, I can go the distance. Yes, you have the fighting spirit. I can see it in your eyes. I see no reason to deny you a place in these halls. Welcome to the guild, lass. To help you on your way, I'll add some names to your hunting log, opponents that you might hone your skills against. And so as to make a budding pugilist of you, here's your very own pair of horror. They're a tad old and rusted, but that'll serve to make you look meaner, I reckon. Now, I have a mind to assign you your first lesson. Arm yourself with your weapons and let me know when you're ready to begin. Arm myself with my weapons. That was well timed, wasn't it? I know. Now I've got to just wait for the end to play and we'll watch the counters slip down. Take a breath, grab our white mage. No, that's not what I meant. And commence our duty. I know. I didn't think that thing was going to pop. All right. Thank goodness. People must be on to do this stuff. Now, the thing with this particular set is no matter how many times you do it, you cannot skip the cutscenes because it is a main story point. All right. Clearly, I've done this before. Where's my tank? Lunara. Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright, let's get some of that up. Let's get this going and get that going. Looks like my DPS require a little bit of assistance. Where are they? Come back here, you maniacs. Oh, getting close enough. I'm going to hit the 5. That should get most of them. We're going to get some wind. We're going to grab that tank. They get red. I'm going to need that regen, aren't I? I have got one of these things. I know. Grab the tank. Put some of that on the tank. I've been forgetting to do this. That's that. Right, now everyone should be a little less squishy. Just a tad. Please don't run on ahead. I can't keep up. You will all die. Target is not in range. Nope, and the tank is doing the crazy. And I get some of this. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Normal thing. And a 6. Let's go faster. And a control 1. And a control 4. No, I can't do control 3. Control 2 on my 30 tank. And a 6. Which is a 6. Oh, that's 6. Never mind. You got it anyway. And we'll do a 3 because everyone needs a little love. There we go. Alright. Zap that one. And we'll zap that one. And we'll zap this one. What? Alright, we'll go zap them then. There we go. Now, the trick to this particular battle is that black eft. Once it goes down, all the ads stop coming. I'm going to put some wind on it, and then I'm going to start looking after my tank like a good little healer. We'll look after our team as well, like a good little healer. Just get that regen going on them. We'll try not to stand in. Whoa! Getting stupid. Tank. On that one. And we'll do a bit of this. I know, we can regen that. We don't need to do a heavy heal on it. And we'll do this. Our tank, on the other hand, needs a little extra love. Let's go. Let's go. Don't stand there. And of course the bad guys have targeted the healer because they're like that. This is why healers are crazy. Apart from the fact that our tanks make us completely and utterly crazy. Speaking of which, I think that tank needs a little bit of help there. And maybe a little bit of this. How far does this reach? Let's find out. And then we'll go a little bit of healing. Not standing on the back because that's going to hurt. Well, I'm really disappointed. Right, over there. Black ant. Yeah. So basically, these things are going to keep coming. We have a really good team. Not even the frogs, but anyway, that's a tank. I did not just call my cat one of these box frogs, really. And 3. Oh! Don't you dare, you evil little Monday. Let's take Colossus, Black Ant. Yeah. Basically, once the F falls down, everything else falls down. So you want to get rid of it as quick as possible. Alrighty. I know, we did get the cutscene. There we are. Alright. If you leave your healer behind, you will die, tanky tank. Because I won't get there in time to save you from that massive damage you're about to go and put on. Actually, they did wait. Thank God. Alright. Control 2, Control 1, Control 3, and 3 on everybody. So get out of range, put your cushion back here. What are you doing getting out of your cushion? Right. Where's my tank? So the reason I mark the things up here is because the reason I mark my tank is because that way I can see where the little devils are. Alright, let's put wind on things. I can't do a lot of damage when keeping people alive, but we can at least keep it peaceful. What were we doing? Oh, we were smacking it. How dare you throw guns at me? Ah! Over here. Why is that claw not attacking my gun? It's attacking my gun thing instead. That'll be something. Now I can do some damage. Oh, we have a Dark Knight tank. That's what good. Since we do have a very good tank. This is actually a really fast run. 3. So the reason I do regen and move away from the dot. Regen as well as Medica. Because Medica 3 has a regen thing in it. And they stack. So sometimes, if I have a particularly problematic DPS is getting hurt, and dragoons are notorious because they've got to get in really close. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll whack one of those as well. So this one's doing pretty well. Oh no, let's not say next big boom. That would be bad. I know, lazy healing, let's do a 5 actually. It's because 5 will heal everyone. What? Guys, don't die while I change something. No, this cure frame should have healed everyone up a little bit. And it didn't. Maybe they were out of range. But it's more expensive to cast, is what I was going to say. Alrighty, get some sprinting on because our tank is sprinting. No, he's not. Alright, these 3. Yeah, no, okay. That's one of the very... Whoa, who's getting hammered? Okay, they're all going after the game. Yeah, it's not yet ready. Oh, I'm doing that instead. Let's grab that. And let's grab this. And let's grab this. Who's out of range? The machinist should be right on the other side. Alright. So a lot of healers will say, I only have to look after the tank. That's so wrong. You need to look after all of your team. The tank takes priority, but your DPS keep your tank alive by actually killing the bad guys. The tank doesn't have a lot of hitting power usually. Simply put, so all of your team should be important to you. Early on in a mass fight like this is when you should be focusing most on your tank, because that's when the tank will be sustaining the most damage, because that's when the most opponents are still alive to hit them. I know. Look, I'm alright at these lower levels, but I need a lot more practice at the upper levels in this game. So hopefully by the time we get there, I'll be a little bit better at them. Ooh, there's a big. And let's get a bit more. Get hammered. Now let's make this one, a little back. And this one, a little bit back. And then I might as well just keep hitting until the tank is dead. Yeah, my tank is dead. I've got a good tank. I don't see many mitts going, but I don't know the Dark Knight well enough to know what mitts might be on cooldown, or I haven't been paying attention. Let's go and get this. So what we're doing is we're just stacking our regen. There we go. Diverting all power to cannons. Oh, that's right, you can't speed up the speech either. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. Livia Sass, Junius. My lord was quite taken with you and the power you possess, the Echo. Naturally, I could not help but wonder who Miss Princess among women might be, only to discover that you are but another adventurer, no better than the multitude. Yet in spite of this, the masses hold you champion, and shower honours upon your head. It defies all reason. How is it that you could be such a thorn in our side? Whenever you appear, you leave havoc in your wake. You even slew Rattatan, one of our very finest. Well, I will not speculate. Truth be told, I couldn't care less how you've done these things. What matters to me? I think I may have been treading in girlfriend territory there and not knowing it. Achievement unlocked, mapping the realm, Castrum Meridianum. Wait for a tank. Tab it to Lydia. Come on. Ow! Cow. Nice heal. Regen. That stays there. Where is my... okay. Into the middle. Like a little bit of that on that one. Like a little bit of that on that one. And I think my machinist was getting hurt a minute ago as well. Now we're going to whack this. Alrighty, now let's hit her. Why am I not regenerating myself? I probably should be.
You're mine.
Oh! I did stand in front of her. Get back in the clear space, you Goomba. I know. Better heal myself. Hank will be very upset if I fall over. It's been a while since I got myself injured in that one. Alright, let's get Livia Sastunis, a little bit of wind off her skirts, and away with the rock. Stoner throws, in this case this one. Let's get our tank again. No, our tank is doing... our tank is doing. Check our MP. Check our tank for a little bit of extra protection. Oh, not again. There we go. Then into the middle. And then we'll rock this lady as well. Out. Away from the tank buster. Not too far though because I can't remember what happens next. And actually I want to reposition and we'll hit number 3 so everyone gets a bit of regen. Tank needs a bit extra. Tank needs another bit extra. Alrighty. Back to Lydia. Let's refresh that wind. Ah, get in the middle. Yes, I know. Otherwise it's going to hurt a lot more than we already are. Hit everyone with a heal. Come back out. Rock that girl's roll again. Maybe hit our tank with a little bit of extra protection. Everyone needs to get a little bit of regen going. Easier to heal when they're regenerating their own stuff. Well done, guys. Very nicely done. No, it's happening all over again. Please, I cannot bear it. Don't take him away from me. No, my Lord Gaius. Oh my gosh, what has that man done to earn this much loyalty? Alright. Game, thank you. No party members. They've left while I'm in the cutscene. Which means I didn't get to vote to commend them. Another poor fool who craved Gaius' affection over all else. May her soul know rest. 'Tis a miracle no harm has come to you, my friend, one for which I'll happily give thanks. And thanks to your fine diversionary work, we've succeeded in bringing down the generator tower, and with it the Magitech field. The way to the Praetorium now lies open. The only problem is, we can't reach it on foot. Nay, we'll need to take the Enterprise. I left her at the cerulean processing plant, so let's regroup there. This is it, Mistwalker. The final confrontation awaits. Alright. Allegan Tombstones. We will read that while we run to... where are we going? Oh yeah, the exit. We'll read that in a minute. Because I want to head toward the next thing in case this group are doing a run. I got it. Oh, thanks, guys. Alright. Raban. I knew you wouldn't let us down, soldier. With the Praetorium stripped of its defences, the way to the Ultima weapon lies open. The time has come for the final phase of Operation Archon. Right, we don't need the earrings for this character anyway. Raban. Raban has some parting words for you ahead of the final phase of Operation Archon. For the final phase of the operation, my flames will storm Castrum Meridianum and suppress what is left of the Imperial garrison. If all goes well, this will allow you to reach the Praetorium unopposed, fit and ready for your encounter with the Ultima weapon. Yours is the most dangerous mission of all, but the best must bear the heaviest burden, and you're the best we have. There's not another soul in this realm that could see this deed done, and Merlwyb and Carn-A are of the same mind as me. Though all hangs on your success, you must not let our plight make you desperate. Victory belongs to the bold, not the reckless. Bards are wont to sing of heroes who valued their life at naught next to honour, love and liberty. But I tell you now, that which men value at naught, they sell cheap. Risk no more than you must, you hear me? Now best you're off, we have work to do, the both of us. See that your preparations are in order, then report to Cid. He awaits you with the Enterprise at the Cerulean processing plant. May Ralga give you strength. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go. Hopefully we won't get mugged while I read this. Oops, that's not right. Allegan tombstones are relics of a long-lost civilization which perished several ages past. It is said that they contain the knowledge of the Allegan Empire, and as such are highly sought out by collectors around Eorzea. Rowena and her associates are representative of one such collector, and have been sent to Revenant's Toll in the heart of Mordona by her employer to seek out adventurers willing to exchange the tombstones they come across on their journeys for weapons and armor. Excellent. And Cid? The Enterprise is at your disposal. When you're ready to head for the Praetorium, you need only say the word. If we succeed in destroying the Ultima weapon, it will deal a crippling blow to the Empire's hopes of conquest. After that, the 14th Legion will not dare to move against us, barring the discovery of further Allegan doomsday devices, that is. Let's be on our way, Mistwalker. Gaius and his plaything await. The Praetorium is now accessible. Well, well. Do I remember this fight? I don't know. Let's find it. Let us clear our selection. Otherwise we may end up running Castrum a second time. And, well, that's not a bad idea. We'll get to run it many times in the future. The Praetorium, let us join it. And now we wait. I wanted to do something while I waited. What was it? I wanted to check my gear. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Less than 5 minutes, you say? Well, I reckon I can get to Ul'dah between now and then, say I, and turn into a thaumaturge? No, a pugilist. Let's go. Alrighty. Normally I would try teleporting to the guild that we're about to go to, but pugilist, I know, so tempting to do samurai. Let's get the base classes down. Samurai starts at, what is it, 60? 50. Now, he won't talk to us until we become pugilist, and for that I need my character, I need my armory chest, just wiggle things a little bit, and I need my gear set list. Actually, I don't need that yet. So there's my Hora. Let's put that on. Oops, turned into a pugilist. We don't really have a lot of gear. We don't have a set list for pugilist here. We're going to add that little plus sign up here to create a new gear set. Grab pugilist, drag it over here into the Ul'dah section where all the troublemakers live. Close our gear set list because we don't need it now. We have a gear set. Pugilist matches our pugilist. I'm going to go for recommended gear. Tell me I am not wearing high heels again. You kidding me? We're going to go punch things in our 6-inch stilettos. Look, what the... Right, I know, Vieira's just like to look stylish. I have no idea what's going through her fuzzy little brain. That thing, you're going to kick... Well, okay, kicking stuff with a 6-inch stiletto, you're going to get it stuck in something. But anyway... Why do I have nothing in my main hand again? Oh. The Emperor's new fist. Are you kidding me? Why do I not have my best little smack you with stuff thing on? Weathered Horror. Because it does absolutely nothing. And the Emperor's... Oh, you are kidding me. The Emperor's Fist apparently has better physical damage than my first horror. That's... Where did I get that from? Because man, now I need to make sure there are no Emperor's New Other Stuffs. Oh, great. I know. That's the first time that's happened. So, anyway, that's awesome. I forget where I picked it up. Haman, my first horror. Haman wishes to teach you your first lesson. Looking every bit a pugilist, lass. Now the learning can commence. For your first lesson, I want you to test your fledgling skills against the vermin of Thenlan. Get out there and put down 3 marmots, 3 hornets, and 3 shrews. Return here when the deed is done. Now this goes without saying, but I expect you to fight using the horror I just gave you. It counts for naught if you skewer the beasties with a spear or fry them with a spell, I say. Right. Well, I'm going to assume that the Emperor's Horror is just as good, but let's go and belt something and see if it counts. I think what he's saying is you have to do it as a pugilist and not any other class. What have I got here? So this is my samurai class. Oh, Peace for Thanlan. This is, I think, an unlock for something we may actually need. So let's go and unlock it. Yes. Swift has an involved assignment for a veteran adventurer. Yours is a welcome face, Mistwalker. I have a task for which one of your impeccable record would be well suited, though perhaps campaign would be a more fitting description given the sheer commitment this mission demands. As you are well aware, the inhabitants of Thanlan have long suffered the hostilities of the Ul'dah. The lizardmen have been quiet for a time, chastised by your victory over the primal Ifrit, but once again the beastmen stir. There's been a resurgence in kidnappings. Oh no, it's not what I thought it was. And in greater numbers than before. Matters have grown so far out of hand that the local garrisons have petitioned us for reinforcements. That is why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Ul'dah and put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Gisilbat, head of security in Little Alamigo, and he will brief you on the details of your duty. He will, huh? Let's just fix our hotbar before we go any further. Make sure our limit break is up there. Now, when you set up your hotbar, bars 1, 2, and 3 are dynamic, so they will shift with whatever class you have. And then bars 4 through to 10 are static, so they'll stay the same. So what you do is you put your limit break up on bar 4, and you have like a 4th bar up here for bits and bobs that you can't fit down here. Provided that, of course, you have enough space for it. So 3 is usually enough for all the buttons for each class, and I hear that's going to get a little bit simpler once 8 comes out. So yeah, so this is how you don't forget to put your limit break on your brand new class. Right, what were we doing? We were going to go see what other classes there are for us to pick up in this city. Wow. I know, that has so got to go. Got to go. What are you? I'm a serious adventurer in my dancer's outfit. Right. Adventurers Guild we've done. Thaumaturge's Guild. Gladiators Guild. We don't have a gladiator yet, do we? We do not. Let's go fix that. Stories everywhere. Alrighty. Down we go. Genevieve, you troublemaker. Ah! What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now look at how many gil is scattered across the ground. Hey, lady, if you don't want it, pick it up right this instant. Sure thing. Where do you want me to throw it? Into the gladiatorial arena? You know, I'm sure a lady such as you is very generous to the gladiators. Wait, that came out wrong. So we're over here in Materia, which is the Oceania servers for Final Fantasy, and the wait for most things is fairly, just, make yourself a cup of tea and find something else to do while you wait. This is how we get so many classes up and running. My gill now, and there'd better be naught missing. Anyway, that was a little bit of XP for our pugilist. A whole 50. But it's a sizable chunk when you're this level. Where am I going? I'm going into the Gladiators Guild, marked with these two little cross swords. I might speak to Zazaruku, but first let's speak to, I don't know, the receptionist looks like a good point to start at. I know, those quests, they're getting to me. Oh, you know what, too bad we're doing them. Zazaruku, the great gladiator. Zazaruku needs an adventurer to pick up an order from the Goldsmiths Guild. Well, we have to go there anyway. Have you come to wish me luck? I appreciate the thought, but there's no need to worry. What? You don't know who I am? The biggest thing that's coming to the Colosseum. Zazaruku is my name, and you'll be hearing all about my exploits in the coming days. I've even thought of a title for myself, the Garnet Gladiator. And which reminds me, I've yet to collect the circlet I commissioned from the Goldsmiths Guild. You wouldn't mind picking it up for me, would you? I can do that. Right after I speak to Volcan, who I think wants some ladybirds murdered. Could be wrong. No, there we go. Beat red, beetles beat red. Volcan of the Gladiators Guild is muttering frantically to himself about an infestation of ladybugs in the region. And you do side quests because, look, you get stuff. Okay, accept that. Carried your ass in here looking for work, eh? Well, you're in luck. Just so happens I've a D what he's doing. Wild ladybugs have been wreaking bloody havoc on the outskirts of town. Something in the air of late's made them ornery as an aurochs in a rut. Ain't much for fighting on their own, but in numbers they're more in a match for any merchant who's seen more days at the teeth than he has on the battlefield. Well, what'll it be? Fancy putting down for us other bloody buggers, or don't you? Yeah, sure, I'll go murder your ladybirds for you. After I talk to your receptionist. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, adventurer. Here our members train tirelessly with sword and shield, so that their names might one day be writ in legend. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? If you wish to study swordplay, know that admission to the guild is free of charge. Sure, sounds like a bargain. I had marked you as a woman of action. I'm pleased to see that I was not wrong. Now, while you may be familiar with the deadly dance of battle, you are new to us and must begin at the beginning. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing to and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not, far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there's no other way if you mean to take on the Blood Sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim a seat on the syndicate? There's not an Ul'dah alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of that dream than the gladiator who wins riches and fame in this world with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy. And if your soul stirs, join us. Very well, Lulutsu. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? I think I will rise to legend, although really legends don't get much privacy, so maybe I'll just become a really good fighter. Way of the Gladiator. Lulutsu wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Gladiators Guild. A decision you shan't regret. One moment, make way for Mistwalker Lunara. Fresh meat coming through. Thanks, Lulutsu. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Miller, seek her out, and obtain her approval. I can do that. Miller, how you doing? I love the gladiator story. I heard Lulutsu, so you're Mistwalker Lunara. It is a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Miller, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts. I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's easiest to learn? A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade as well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Mistwalker, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and, if it be your fate, die by it? Yeah, sure I do. Let's go. Then welcome, gladiator, to your new home. Take this sword. There are many like it, but this one is yours now. Consider it a gift, if you like. Now wear it on your hip as I do, and show me you're ready to begin your training. Alright, one weathered short sword. You know the drill. We're going to add another item to our gear set list. Gladiator, unlocked. This is our first tanking class. Oh, and we leveled our pugilist to level 3. But we're not going to be a pugilist for very long. C for character, Control I for inventory. We play keyboard and mouse. Sorry, I did forget to warn you, I don't play controller. I don't have a controller, so that would be hard. We are going to go grab our swordiness from here. Stick it over here where our invisible Emperor's glove thing is. We're now a gladiator, but we are still on the pugilist gear set, so we go to gear set list. Click on that thing. Click on our plus sign, grab our gladiator marker and drag it over here, stick it in Ul'dah. Actually, I'm just going to move all of... I've taken to putting our everything from one city in a single row. On the grounds that maybe, if I'm very lucky, it will make it easy to find. We'll see how that works. My gosh, I've got no fighting classes from Limsa. Well, that's going to have to change. There we go. See, say? Now it's all pretty. We need these rows. We'll need all of them eventually. Okay. I did used to classify it into tanks and melee, DPS, and physical ranged and blah blah blah, but it got messy, so I'm doing it this way now. Let's also fix we don't need our player's guide. We don't need our teleport because we already have it over here on one of our static bars, and we don't need that. I do put my sprint on the third row. It's just easier to get to than the fourth. Don't ask me why, because I've got to cross the fourth to reach it, but anyway. Technically, you could probably put it on your static row and it would work just fine. Maybe. I'm more comfortable with it being where it is. What am I doing? I'm hitting... I'm being dyslexic. I'm sorry. Let me just delete those. The plus is on the left-hand side. The X is on the right-hand side. This does not bode well for the next battle I jump into, mind you. Why did you jump into the orange? I was going out of it, I promise. Yeah. My first gladius. First Sword Miller wishes to gauge your aptitude for the sword. She does she? Ha! Amazing what a difference a sword can make. Your expression, your posture, you're already brimming with confidence. Let's see if that confidence is warranted, shall we? Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each and return here when finished. Oh, and use your sword, Mistwalker. I'm a gladiator, and I aim to train you as one. Now go. Sigh. They're all a bit paranoid about people. Well, people probably did at one point. Back out to the Aetheryte, we have got 3 more classes. I think we've got Weaver, Goldsmith, and something else to do. Then we can get into the adventuring side outside the city walls. Thaumaturges, miners we've done, Weavers we haven't. Let's go. Oh, 2 more. Right, let's go meet Redolent Rose. Actually, you know what I didn't do? I did not check to see if there was anything better to wear. See? Improving already. Ethelwine, what do you need, my friend? Vox Populi. Ethelwine appears vexed by his work at the Weavers' Guild and is in need of a helping hand. Sure. Something in cream? Oh, whatever shall I do? This dress, I just can't seem to finish it. Oh, the design is flawless, absolutely flawless. Of that I have no doubt, but I simply cannot settle on a colour for the life of me. How would you like to conduct a bit of field research for me? I'm dying to know what colour the ladies of Ul'dah are wearing these days, especially on the hustings strip. And when you're finished, please call on Luceau at the Alchemist Guild. The woman is a wizard with dyes. Have her cook up whatever colour you find is most popular. Let's have a quick chit-chat with Maron. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of the Ul'dah fashion. From humble thread, our peerless artisans and weave wonders, dreams in fabric form. We're renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles, and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also highly rewarding. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? I certainly am. Ah, I thought as much. Then I'm sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history. Not exactly, but as I'm sure you know, Vanland can be a perilous place, its vast deserts being wont to punish the unprepared, while a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands. The greatest foe is, of course, the midday sun. What am I doing? And so, ever since man first set foot in this region, he has favoured light flowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Uldahns have ever been a people of taste, and demand for more extravagant designs spurred innovation, resulting in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling Ul'dah fabrics in foreign markets, so great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from these same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Vanland, well, it gave us a little cause for concern. Sunsilk tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Ul'dah, you see. Those who come here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learn the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generously operates for the betterment of Ul'dah society. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as sunsilk weavers. Just imagine, adventurer, your designs could one day dictate the course of Ul'dah fashion. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place within it with us, provided that you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigours of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you're ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word. Word, lady. Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? First impressions are everything, and you do not want to present yourself poorly. Way of the Weaver. Maron wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Weavers' Guild. Excellent, though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You will find the esteemed Redolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is, how shall we put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he'll treat you fairly and with respect. He will, huh? Let's find out. Mr. Rose. Hi. What do we have here? Another adventurer in search of thrills and excitement? Shall I dance you a merry jig? No? Well, if this fails to please you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the women of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oi! Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt. Weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? Yes, I'm prepared to suffer you. So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing and show me you're ready to begin. Sigh. I know. He's a really good weaver, though. Weaver unlocked. Well, you know the drill. C for character, Control I for inventory, find our needle, stick it up where a gladiator's sword is. Don't let Miller catch us being a gladiator with a needle. I don't think she'd find it very entertaining. Grab our gear set list, add a new gear set, grab our weaver, schmuck it over here with our Ul'dah and crafts and bits and bobs, close our gear set list, hit our update recommended gear thingy, and hit equip. There we go. Because we have other crafters, we actually have some half-decent gear to start with. Oh, that's a good thing. Update our gear set. I know, and we are still waiting for the Praetorium. We must have just had a group of adventurers doing their dailies. We were lucky. Over here I can see some white dots in my gear set list, which means I probably should have not clicked it. Let's go. We need to right-click on the right ring, grab Extract Materia, and we'll extract some of that stuff. And we'll go 1, 2, 3 down here, and we'll extract the materia from that thing. What did we get? A Battle Dance Materia and a Craftsman's Competence Materia 1. Then we're going to update our gear set to not having that in it, and boom. Red. Redolent Rose would like to assign you your first task as a weaver. Well, well, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn. A trifling task, yes? Well, I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hempen yarn, you require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Gigima. The latter you'll have to find for yourself. That is all. To synthesize a spindle of hempen yarn for Redolent Rose, select logs from the main menu, followed by crafting log. I don't think I synthesized one. I think I'm actually running around with a few. Let's just fix our board again. I am leaving this up here. Like I said, this is static. It doesn't care what class I'm in, which means when I'm swapping out of a crafting class into a fighting class and I'm going to need my limit break, it's already there and hasn't run away. Right, Red. Gigema can provide the moko grass, but you must procure the lightning shards. Or have you made your yarn already? I haven't made it. I've purchased some. It's as good as what I can do. Well, bless my soul, she can follow basic instructions. Not exactly. It would seem you've grasped the fundamentals. Good girl. Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crafted with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do remember this, Mistwalker, as you continue your training. Practice making yarn and other simple items and return once you've attained the basic level of proficiency. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary, and you did tell me you are ready to suffer. The next Weaver quest will be available from Redolent Rose upon reaching level 5. Alright. I know, we're going to have so many of those, we're not going to be able to poke a stick at them. Well. Boom, Weaver level 2 now. Let's see. What is our highest disciple of the land? A hand? 28 in Carpenter. But our average level seems to be about 15 or 18, which is easy enough to get to. I know, I'm a little reluctant to get started in case I actually get a run at the Praetorium. That thing takes about a half an hour. I will give it another 20 minutes to pop, and then I'm going to have to probably think about heading out. So, I know, otherwise my puppies will riot. Yes, they will definitely riot because it will be past their food time. Now, Ethernet shard. We just have the Goldsmiths Guild to do, and then we can start actually rounding things up. Let's go. Out into the wild, where we're going to go and hunt down some poor hapless creatures that will murder us if they get half a chance. And we're going to turn them into bits. Ah, Jemima, did I speak with you before? Oh, I have an item request from you. Oh, yes, I do. This is the continuation of the quest we got from the Garnet Gladiator over in the Gladiators Guild. Zazariku's circlet. Just a moment, miss. Oh dear, this is so embarrassing. I'm afraid crafting the circlet for Zazariko's exact specifications has proven somewhat difficult. We ran out of garnets halfway through our work and we're still waiting on the next shipment. I hate to impose, but would you explain the situation to Crooked Half at the Miners Guild? My records indicate that he was supposed to deliver the gemstones yesterday. Mayhap it slipped his mind. I can do that. But I'll do that after I've become a member of your guild. Good morrow to you, adventurer, and welcome to the Goldsmiths Guild. Have you come to observe our artisans at work? Not exactly. Indeed, it is a marvel to watch goldsmiths transform raw materials and uncut gemstones into sparkling rings, earrings, and necklaces, some of which possess magical properties, no less. You know, if you'd like to try your hand at goldsmithing, the guild is open to adventurers like yourself. No prior experience is required, for we teach all you need to know about the craft. Would you be interested? Yes, I would. It pleases me greatly to hear you say so. As the first step, I would have you understand the purpose of our guild. The vast mineral resources of Thanalan have given rise to a grand goldsmithing tradition, which has been refined through the ages. Our techniques are renowned across the realm, our creations held in the highest regard. However, we of Ashtain's lapidaries, the premier source of Ul'dah jewelry, were not content to rest on our laurels. Seeking to advance our craft, we turned our eyes to the east, the only place in the known world whose goldsmithing was said to rival our own. We built the finest facilities to beckon their masters hither, and blended their foreign techniques with ours. Our guild quickly became the center of Aorsian goldsmithing. Hang on a minute. Aye, here you shall benefit from the refined wisdom of countless veteran craftsmen. You'll learn to see the potential in your materials and shape them to your will. These are essential skills, for a goldsmith must hone his eyes to identify and appraise all manner of materials, and, when needs be, recognize imitations for what they are. It is said that a master goldsmith can ascertain the authenticity of a man himself. You may one day come to possess such vision, but even the most magnificent jewel begins life as a rough-hewn stone. It must first be cut and polished before it can delight the eyes with its brilliance. If you would become a goldsmith, you must needs refine yourself as you would a gemstone. It will take much time and effort, and there is no guarantee of success. Should you be certain that this is the life you seek, speak to me once more. Ah, lady! Hi! Before you can embark upon your journey to become a goldsmith, you must first seek an audience with our guildmaster. Are you ready to do so? I sure am. Way of the Goldsmith. Jemime would have you reaffirm your desire to join the Goldsmith's Guild. You shall find Mistress Serendipity on the workshop floor, just down the steps. Show her your burning desire to learn, and you are certain to receive her permission to join. Radio. Serendipity, hi. Stop right there, you little troublemaker. People are working here. Oh, pardon me. I had you mistaken for a mammoth. For a moment there Oh, let's start over, shall we? What brings you here today, adventurer? Do you perchance have aspirations to become a goldsmith? Yes I do. Really? Why so surprised, Serendipity? That's great. Welcome, welcome. I'm Serendipity, but you can call me Sarah. Or is that too informal? Sorry, I'm still unaccustomed to this whole guildmaster business. Ah, right. What did you say your name was again? Adrian? Oh, right. Mistwalker Lunara. Well then, Mistwalker Lunara, work hard and one day your creations may line the shelves at Ashtain's Aesthetics. Trust in yourself and you can achieve anything. That was sufficiently inspiring, I trust. Good. Next order of business. Here is your new chaser hammer. Well, I say new, but it's actually a bit weathered. But never you mind that. Just show me that you know how to hold it so we can get started. Well, how about you show me how to hold it first, no? Right. And boom, we level up our weaver a little bit more. Let us, you know the drill. Control I, C, grab. Now, if you grab this, it won't let you, okay, it will let you do it. Sometimes it tells you that you can't unequip your main hand weapon, but maybe for crafters that's different. Usually you have to grab it from your armory chest and bring it across. But this time, clearly not. Let us, before we update our weaver with our goldsmithing gear, let's grab our gear set list, add a new gear set, grab our goldsmith and drag it over here to, that was irritating. Grab our weaver, drag that back over here. Right. Switch them around because it'll irritate me otherwise. And drag it over here to all the other things we've started in Ul'dah. Close this before I get myself into any more trouble. Grab our recommended gear and check. And because we've come straight from being a weaver, we don't have anything to update, so we're good. We don't need to update that. We don't have anything to take out of here. We're good. Close that, get it out of our face, and talk to Serendipity. My first chaser hammer. Serendipity would like to officially begin your training as a goldsmith. Great, let's get started. Though to be honest, I swear you've done this before by the way you wear that hammer on your hip. Mind you, even if you do have some experience, a responsible guildmaster must ensure that her charges have a firm grasp of the fundamentals. Therefore, I command you to craft me a copper ingot. It's simple really, all you need is copper ore and a wind shard. Our guild supplier Iceland can supply you with copper ore, and I gave you a few wind shards along with your hammer. At least, I think I did. If it turns out you don't have any, you'll need to get some yourself. Isn't this exciting, Mistwalker? Your first real challenge is a member of the Goldsmiths Guild. Now show me the ingot when you're done. Good luck! To synthesize a copper ingot for Serendipity, select logs from the main menu, followed by crafting log. Alright, let's get rid of a few things from down here and stick something up there, and we're good. Now it looks to me like I've never made one before, so into the crafting log. Keyboard and mouse, we hit N, brings it straight up. If you're on controller, I believe you have to go to the main menu, find your logs tab, and then scrolly down until you find your crafting log, which is the third one from the top, or something like that. Copper ingots, we need to make it with some copper. We have no copper ore, and no one we know has any copper ore. I still haven't got any retainers for this character. I should get to that eventually. Yeah, we're alright. Okay, copper ingot with copper ore. Let's go find some copper ore. Now we could just wander on over here to Iceland, the guild supplier, and we could pick up some copper ore. Or given that our miner needs a bit of a workout, we could go and get some copper ore from our miner. Where are they? Ul'dah, down here. So they do group your quests into city. Old wisdom, new ways. Actually, I think I need to go out to... Yeah, I do. I need to... Right. We'll buy our copper ore, and then we'll do old wisdom, new ways. Will you just? Thank you. Alrighty, Mistwalker Lunara, what do you need? How many copper ore did it take again? 3. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to max out. We're going to buy a stack of it. It's only 198 for 99. We're going to go purchase 99 chunks. We're going to... Oh, I do not have... Oh, so annoying. It's okay. We're going to go N. I do not have quick synthesis, I don't think. Let's find out. I may have it now that I've got one crafting class up to that level, but I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. We're going to synthesize ourselves 1 copper ingot. Boom. Alright. Now, can I quick synthesize? Because we've got a level 28 carpenter. So does that give us access? That is so good. So what you need to do is unlock synthesis with one of your crafting classes, and then you can use it on all of your crafting classes regardless of the job level. But you do need to get to a certain level to unlock it with one. And then what you do is you just hit minus to get your max, and you go make yourself a coffee or grab yourself something to eat or whatnot, and you just make your very basic material. And this will level you fairly quickly, and we'll do the same with the Moko grass and redolent rose as well. Why am I not worrying about making high quality? Because making a high quality item does not give me any more XP than making a normal quality item. So doing it using quick synthesis lets me get the job done faster for the same amount of XP. So there's really no excuse for me not to have any of my crafters up to level 10 within about the first 5 minutes of having them once I've unlocked quick synthesis. After that, we have to work at it a little bit. So we've now reached a level where the simpler stuff is starting to come through as high level stuff. And we're nearly there. We're still not in Praetorium. You would think, given the number of times you hit main duty and get Praetorium, that it would just happen. But man, it is taking its time today. We've now waited over half an hour for it. Alright, once your quick synthesis is done, don't forget to hit end synthesis. And we can go and show her that. Now, this is what we need to desynthesize Ul'dah with. And actually, I don't think I've got the level to desynth stuff yet. Copper wristlets. Alright, let's leave that there for the minute, otherwise I'm going to have a backpack full of crafted stuff that I don't want to give up. Although we might make ourselves a hoarder. A better one than what we've got. Oh, did you forget what materials you need? I stand over there can sell you copper ore, but I'm afraid he doesn't stock wind shards. Don't think too hard, Mistwalker. Just give it a try and see what happens. Let us go. I could give her a high quality one, but that's not going to bother anybody. Let's just give her the normal quality. You know, I think this is quite... utter garbage. The worst, not even fit for making a chamber pot. Quiet, Giggy. I'm the guildmaster. I get to decide what's fit for a chamber pot. Please excuse me. He gets a bit overzealous at times. Giggy is my assistant, but he has a habit of butting in with his opinions. Most mammoths are rather simple, capable of no more than rudimentary speech. They can be relied upon for menial tasks, but little else. Giggy, on the other hand, is quite intelligent, and quite stubborn, I might add. I suspect that's due to his age. He's been with the guild for an eternity, ever attending each guildmaster, but recently he's been coming and going as he pleases. Kneel before Giggy, the one true guildmaster. Respect my authority, ignorant mortal, or suffer my wrath. Oh, it's like this every day, Mistwalker. I'm afraid the experience he's accumulated over a century of assisting guildmasters has made him arrogant. It's quite intimidating, really. I may be the guildmaster, but he's like a walking, talking archive of all knowledge to do with our craft. Oh, I completely forgot about your ingot. Sorry. As I was about to say, I think it's very, very good for a beginner. It's reasonably pure and well-formed. I dare say you've got a knack for this, Mistwalker. What you need now is practice. So keep practicing with your hammer and come back here when you've gotten more comfortable using it. Bugger off, greenhorn! The next goldsmith quest will be available from Serendipity upon reaching level 5. Let's do it, shall we? Yeah, he's a mammoth. Rightio. Before we go any further, though, we're going to remember to grab our recommended gear tab and increase everything we've got. Now we have a better chance of getting to stuff. Level 9 with level 4 gear. Not great, but oh well. Gorget's Rising. Serendipity has a new task for you. Oh, Mistwalker, I'm honestly a bit surprised to see you. Most newcomers find Gigi's evaluation so harsh that we never hear from him again. That's okay, I never left, so, you know. I'm so glad you didn't take him seriously when he said your copper wasn't fit for a chamber pot. I mean, really, it doesn't even make sense. You could make a chamber pot out of anything. Anyway, I hope you've been working hard because your next task won't be nearly as easy as the last. Listen well, Mistwalker. I want you to make 3 copper gorgets. For this, you'll need copper ingots, which you very conveniently learned to make last time. Now I'll direct you to purchase ore from I Stand Before, but there are other ways to obtain it. You could dig it up yourself, or perhaps befriend a lonely miner and convince him to share some with you. However you choose your materials, I'm sure you'll put them to good use. I surely will, girl. Let's go see what your gorgets require, shall we? We'll just go over here near A Stone. And I know I wasn't going to do crafting, I was going to go do some battling. Right, what do you mean I've still got copper ore? Oh no, she just gave me some, that's right. Right, well, let's quick synth that into 10 more pieces. That'll help us level a little bit quicker. Now you'll notice we're actually starting to go up a little slower as the XP required for each level is increased. Come level 40 through 60 through 90 through 100 it gets annoying. Which is why you need your societies. Allied societies and special deliveries will help you with that. Alright, that's done. Now we were after copper gorgets. Well. Let me have a look at something. We're going to go into duty. We're going to go into timers. We're going to go into next mission allowance. We have 22 hours remaining, so I won't do what I did the other day and make something that is no longer required. We can make an ash composite bow, a spiked bronze labrys, initiates alembic bone horror, hempen underpants, and a leather grimoire. Bone horror is what they require, so we'll have a look at that. Where's my notebook? The notebook contains all things magical. No, it doesn't. It just contains stuff that we need. Alright. So I'm going to leave that up. We're going to hit, we've got N up over here. Let's just quickly go through this list. And turn off our caps lock. I don't think the game likes it when we do that. Alright, so I need bone chips, which I have 78 of, and animal sinew. So I need to make a bone horror. Bone chips. And animal sinew, so and sin. Alrighty, what else do they want in this little box of fun? Spiked bronze labrys. Spiked BR. Alright, we can make that. So, alright, I'm just going to write that down as something I need to make and not put the ingredients in because I already have it. Spiked BR lab. Okay, what's next? I have forgotten which grain company I belong to. I'm pretty sure it says it in the thing. We need an initiate's alembic. An initiate's L. Alright, I need some iron plate for that. Init L. Iron PL. Do I have any hiding? Oh, no I don't, because I don't have retainers, so I don't need to look for it. We don't know what we need to make it, so we're just going to go search by crafting method. Right, so we can make that no problems. I just have to make it. That's easy enough. What's the next thing we're after? A bone horror. Quickest way to level. Right, we've already done that. Hempen underpants. We have everything we need for that. Oops, let me write that down though. Hemp und. Okay. Actually, I don't need to because I've got a list once I get this up. Leather grimoire for our alchemist. Oh, don't be like that. Leather GR, that's going to require a few moving parts. Enchanted copper ink being the most annoying of it. LTHR Grim. We need ENCH Cop. We've got leather. I'm just missing maple logs. MPL log. Should be able to get those from a guild supplier as well. So enchanted copper ink. We're just going to go search for item by crafting method. I'm going to need copper sand. That's going to be a pain in the neck. So I need copper sand. Actually, it might not be. And beastkin blood, which is also not that much of a problem because it's a low level thing. I think I can buy it from a guild supplier. We'll find out the hard way. Alrighty, what's next? Raw spinel, tarantula, and a root skipper. Root skipper I'm probably going to have to Google to find out where it is. Wait. Roots Lake in the Black Shroud. Where's Roots Lake? I know. I will Google the location for that, seeing as it tells me where it is. A network error. Pain in the neck. Alright. Roots Lake. Roots Lake is the upper Hathaway River, and it's found... I just need... Okay. Oh, okay. It's the big lake surrounding Camp Tranquil. Rightio, we've got that. That's easy enough to do. I know I've got 9,000 things up. Alrighty. We can come back to this list, actually. I might just go raw spin. Tarantula, that's found out in Eastern Thanalan, and root skip. I'm going to put CMP TRQ. Alrighty. Right, we've got some crafting to do. Let's get it on. Maybe. But not before we make our gorgets. Right, and recipe search. I did not search for that recipe, did I? No. Jeez. Copper gorgets. Right, the reason I looked that up was because I've got 2 really high quality ingots, and if they had wanted them for the free company, then I would have, for the grand company, then I would have used them to make an extra. But seeing as they don't, we're just going to mark that we want to use this and this, and we're going to synthesize. Rightio, haven't synthesized it before, so I can't quick synth it. We're going to just move this stuff over here because I rarely use it, and it gets in the way. And we're going to go, we're not worrying about quality, we're just worrying about completion at this point. I don't have a mushroom. I know. Tricks of the trade, whenever it's good quality, you want to be using it in order to preserve things. Let's quick synth if we can. We'll add 1. Let's quick synth 2. This is how to level up as quickly as you can in your crafts. And end synth. And close that. Let's go turn these in. So we can now take our level 10 quest as well. Serendipity. Are the gorgets ready yet, Mistwalker? Don't keep me waiting too long. Lady, I would never dream of it. I know. Left click, right click, hand over. Okay. Well, in my opinion, yeah, gorgets, your gorgets are gorgeous greenhorn. Oh, wait, I meant grotesque, ungodly, and affront to the gods themselves. For shame. Beg your pardon, Miss Walker. I'm afraid that constructive criticism isn't one of Giggy's strong points. But where was I? Ah, yes, your gorgets are well made, strong, and functional, and that's the least they should be, as they're meant to protect one's throat. When it comes to basic pieces like these, we don't have much creative freedom. Still, this doesn't mean we should put in less effort, especially since the techniques used to craft such simple accessories are the same ones used to craft elaborate ones. Now then, you've learned how to handle your hammer, but there's another tool I'd like you to get acquainted with. Offhand already. That's pretty quick. With this grinding wheel, you'll find it easier to add the finishing touches when you craft. Try using it, and you'll see what I mean. Keep your nose to that grinding wheel, and you'll be ready for your next challenge in no time at all. Certain gear grants bonuses to your craftsmanship, control, and CP values. A higher craftsmanship rating hastens the progress of synthesis, Greater control increases the chances of creating high-quality items, and additional CP improves your crafting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your current objective will increase the efficiency of your crafting endeavors. Alrighty now. Hang on. Okay, won't let me choose. I'm just going to grab that tin piece. So I think we've got that gear so far. Once we start getting past the levels we've already made, we're going to have to level 11. Yeah. So we've already got most of what we need. Just equip that stuff. Ah, green. When did we pick that up? Serendipity. Throw some rings on it. Serendipity believes you're ready for a new kind of challenge. I'm so sorry, sir. Please don't... Oh, it's only you, Mistwalker. For a moment there, I thought my heart was about to fail me. I thought the angry miner had returned. Giggy wasn't pleased with the aura that the miner brought in, you see, and he made his sentiment clear, in the only way he knows how. There was mention of the miner's mother and an old goat. Never mind all of that. I have an urgent task for you. We've just received an order for a prodigious quantity of copper rings, and I'd like you to handle it. Now, this is an honest-to-God's commission, Mistwalker. You'll have to satisfy a paying customer, not your kind and lovely guildmaster. But I believe that you can do more than simply satisfy. Now, the customer's waiting, so you best get started on those copper rings. When they're ready, come and show them to me, just for good measure. Alrighty, and this is where it becomes worth having done all of the other bits. Copper R. Because we now have 34 of these, and we only need a few of them. She wants 12, doesn't she? Alright, let us synthesize our first set of copper rings. We'll just do it real quick. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll quick synth the next 11. Except I'm not sure it counts if it's a high... Oh no, it does count if it's a high quality, right. Is that another high quality? Yeah. Yeah, so we've obviously got... The gear makes a huge difference with what we're doing. I still need to grab the other stuff for the Bone Horror, so we might go and make our Grand Company objectives in a minute. Once we've done this, because this won't put us at level 15. Here we go, and that synthesis. Hop up so we can speak. Yeah, no, see our 3 high quality rings actually put us out. Let's try again. We will. Recipe search, copper rings, quick synth. Whoops. Let's try for 3 normals. Oh. And we need to try again. There we go. Alright, so basically you need to make 3 normal quality rings, sets of copper rings. And high quality ones don't count for this quest. So, are the rings ready yet? They sure are, girl. Here you go. Copper rings. I have seen worse. Oh, Kiki, must you always be so... Wait a minute. Did you say that you've seen worse? Mistwalker, that's as good as a compliment coming from him. I mean, when you consider what a scathing critic he usually is, perhaps the fact he's not saying anything more insulting is a sign he likes it? After all, he's called your previous work utter garbage and an affront to gods themselves. I half expect him to call these rings abysmal failures. Oh, I probably should take this opportunity to teach you a thing or two about what you made. Copper rings are rings made out of copper. They can be used to make chains and chainmail. You probably already knew all that. Anyway, Mistwalker, I would like you to deliver these rings to the client personally. I would handle it myself, but I believe it's very important that you learn how to deal with customers firsthand. The client is a Sultan Sworn named Robert, who should be waiting outside the guild right about now. All right. I told him he could wait inside, but he said he didn't want to distract the goldsmiths at their work. Not that I would mind a distraction like that. Really? Oh no, let's go see who this Robert is that she seems to be so smitten with. What was the other thing we needed for Bone Horror? Animal sinew. I wonder if Icestone sells that. Oh, we can get enough of it when we're hunting. I might just grab 99 pieces of it. This is why I go broke when I craft. Not because I chase gear, but because I chase ingredients. And then I whine about having a really full backpack. You're a goldsmith, aren't you? Did Mistress Serendipity send you? She sure did. Here you go. Yes, these shall serve nicely. Keeping the Sultana from harm is perilous business, you see, and we Sultan Sworn can never have enough supplies to keep our equipment in serviceable condition. You may inform Serendipity that she can expect full payment soon, and that I send her my fondest regards. Ooh, well. Here we go. I know, we've now waited nearly an hour for Praetorium. How did it go, Mistwalker? What did he say about me? I mean, about your work? Oh, anyway, seeing how well your very first commission went, I have high hopes for those to come. In fact, why don't you speak with Eustace down at the quicksand and see what work is available for a goldsmith? Yes, I believe you're quite ready to handle commissions independent of my supervision. Take yourself to the Adventurers Guild and try taking on a task or two. Right, anything higher level here? No, let's go with the cash. Boom, level 13. Yeah, the first 10 levels are super easy. The next 10 levels are actually pretty easy as well. And then level 30, that's not too hard to get to. After that, you have to work at it. Rightio. We are going to the Mining Guild to drop off another quest. And then I think... let's just grab that. I know, waiting for the dungeon. Actually, I'm running away from the Miners Guild, so let's run toward it. Oh yeah, and I do need to hop out of Duty Finder. Sigh. Rightio then. Well, that's sad. Maybe next time it will pop, but this is what I meant by wanting to make sure that I have sufficient time to run it, because we have to wait so long for them to actually pop. Alright. Crooked Hat. I've a mind to drain a pint, so hurry up and speak your business. She wants how many bloody garnets? 7 ells, lass. They don't grow on trees. For more than that, this lad what fancies himself the next Franz the Fair ought to be worried less about style and more about swordplay. Any road, I'll do my part to ensure the little bastard gets bedecked in all the goddamn garnets he can afford. And if he dies in his first fight, well, at least he'll leave a pretty corpse. Wow. Not a fan, right? Okay, now Adalberta wants that stuff, but let's just take a beat. Have a look at our orders. Alright, what can we make? What can we get? Okay. Deep breath, into N. Over here, into recipe search. Bone horror was the first thing we looked up. Let us make as high a quality bone horror as we can. We need to be a goldsmith. We are a goldsmith. You're a goldsmith. No. Anyway, grab our goldsmith stuff, and we are going. First, we're going to put the mushroom over there. Alright, we're going to study our stuff. It's good for you. Always get to know your ingredients. We're going to go basic touch. We're going to go tricks of the trade. Did I not touch basic touch? Oh no, it looks like I hit the other one instead. Well, that's a pain in the neck. Basic touch again. I know I twitched on Master's Mend. That is really bad. And then we want to go into synthesis. Fortunately, these things are simple to make. And I don't need my Master's Mend to survive. There's our high quality bone horror. What was the next thing? A spiked thingamy, what's it? Bronze labris. Let us synthesize one of those things. I need to be a blacksmith? Sure thing. Now, before we start, let's go into C for character. See if we've got any better quality gear that we've inherited from somewhere else. Not yet, we don't. Make sure everything is reassigned because we took out materia, so it's sensitive to that. Hit synthesis. Try not to do what we did last time. Hit observe. And hit basic touch. What did you just do? I know, I'm derping up my keys, something chronic here. Okay, go with tricks of the trade because we are going to need it to get a high quality thingamywhat's it out of this. Basic touch. And basic touch again. Keep an eye on our gear condition. We are going to go with Master's Mend. I do that a lot. We're going to go one more basic touch. Now, I know, we're going to go Venerate. We're watching our CP drop like a stone here. Go basic synthesis. 31 out of 54. And I don't have the energy to do anything else. Let's just study it, see if the gods will be kind. No, they're not. Yes, they are that kind today. Haha. Excuse me for a minute. Click on that thing. Right, we're at 28, which means I can now hit basic touch and get a 100% chance of a high quality item. Let's do tricks of the trade anyway. We're going to use Venerate because we're out of it, and I want to make sure that I get the end. 1 bronze spiked labrets. Why are we bothering with high quality? Because these are for our Grand Company. And doing high quality Grand Company stuff is the best way. Iron plate. It's the best way to armor craft. To level up your crafters. I know, I will get there. We are going to use our two of our high quality iron ingots because it'll give us a better chance for a high quality piece of iron plate, which is going to help us. That standard touch, we'll pop that over there. Help us with stuff. Okay, observe. And you know it, basic touch and standard touch. They're both worth 18 points. And thank goodness, tricks of the trade. And then across to veneration. So as you can see, it gets a lot easier. Let's just use Master's Mend. There we are. It gets a lot easier to craft. Tricks of the trade whenever it pops because it's good practice. That's it. Now we're going to go back and make our initiate's alembic, for which we need to be an armorer. So we have our high quality iron plate. We're going to synthesize that thing. We are going to observe our ingredients. Use tricks of the trade. And go basic touch. Tricks of the trade. And standard touch. So tricks of the trade gives us back 20 CP. And these things that we're using here take 18. Which means when the time comes to restore using Master's Mend, and it really is past that time now, we should have enough to do it. Then into veneration, which will help us craft it faster. And then away we go again. Uh-oh. Boom. Right. What was the next thing on our list? Bone Horror we've done. Hempen underpants. I have the yarn and I have the undyed hempen cloth, so let us synthesize ourselves a pair of hempen knickers. Don't they look comfy? What level is our weaver though? Level 3. What level are our hempen underpants? Level 2. We should be able to do it. Let's find out. Oh, no, we've got no quality assurance. Hang on. There was a flaw to my plan. We need to go find some moko grass. Because I need to be a little bit higher in level to get the quality that I want. And the best way to do it is to mass produce the mocha grass into cloth. Back to the Weavers Guild. And over to our guild supplier. How much mocha grass do we need to make a spindle of thingaming? Back down to here. Hemp and yarn needs 2. Alright, let's grab the mocha grass. Actually, that's not going to work. There we are, 98. Because I don't want to have any left in my backpack is why. It's either buy 98 or buy 180 something. Right, that's it. That's all we want. And then we're just going to back up a little bit so other people can get closer to the counter. We're going to go N. We're going to grab our hemp and yarn. We are going to synthesize 1 spindle of it. Boom. Then we're going to go and grab our quick synthesis. We're not cynical. We're just going to go and synthesize 68 bits of hemp and yarn. We're going to go make ourselves a coffee, cup of tea, grab ourselves a snack. Basically, this is going to give us 2 spindles of yarn per, so we're going to have to deal with that. Probably by making stuff. It'll be fine. 6. So basically we've now got stuff we can extract. We probably also need to look at our gear condition. It's going to be coming down a bit, so we will need to go and see a mender after this. What I might do is quit out of this for a minute, because I really want to be working on, just come out of the crafting. We really want to be working on getting some more of that stuff, so we will just very quickly extract our materia. Uh-oh. Oh, that's okay. Extract more materia. And more materia. I'm going to have to grab my Jacobo saddlebag in there. Yeah. That one. It's stacking is why, because we've done it before and we haven't moved it over. Right. Shift Control I will bring up your Jacobo saddlebag no matter where you are, and we're going to do a sort. And then we're going to find it again over here. Right, we have a bunch of these we can sell as well. I do need a retainer soonish. There we go. Update our gear set. I do need to also get some repairs done soonish. Let's get our Moko grass going. Again, like I said, go get a cup of tea. Level 8. I won't grab the next 2 quests out off Rose in a minute because I want to go and get the stuff delivered to the Grand Company. So we've got a little ways to go before that's finished. We should now be able to make our hempen underpants without any problems. But if we wanted to be extra sure of it, what we would do is we would take this hempen yarn and we would turn it into hempen cloth. We've learnt Hasty Touch. Pop that up there. So I put everything for my crafters that does a similar function in a similar spot. It just makes it easier when you're trying to craft. Achievement unlocked, threading the needle amateur, which means we've probably synthesized enough items at level 1 to 10. It's just I don't want any Moko grass in my backpack, so we're getting rid of it. Nearly there. Level 10. Okay. Boom. All right. We don't need necessarily the other stuff. Let's see what it's like to make a hempen underwear now. Actually, you know what? We still want more quality check. Let's not do that. Weaver. Undyed hempen cloth, which we haven't made yet, so we might as well. Just quick and dirty. Boom. Gear condition. Ah, right. That normally pops up when your gear condition is, yeah, really low. Let's, every time you use an action, receive damage, or suffer a KO, the gear you have equipped is damaged. When your gear's condition reaches 0%, its functionality drops off severely. Gear condition can be viewed by selecting Character under Character from the main menu. The vertical bar situated next to each gear icon indicates approximate condition. An exact percentage can be viewed in the item help text by mousing over the icon. NPCs conducting item repairs are indicated on your map and minimap by a hammer icon. They will restore an item's condition to 100%. For a fee. Okay? For a fee. Let's go. Over here we're going to go down to the Sapphire Exchange. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. That's it. And we're going to head on over to our gear mender, which is off to our left. Right. Off to our right. We've been here before, as you know. We're going to repair all inventories for 152 gil, so we did some damage this time round. Armory chest. Repairing your own gear. Repair NPCs can only restore an item's condition to 100%. Repairing the same item yourself, however, will raise its condition beyond 100%, allowing for extended use before it wears down again. That I didn't know. If you meet the class conditions for repairing an item, you need not even change to that class to complete the action. There you are. Repairing gear. Disciples of the Hand have the ability to repair their own items. To begin mending an item, select its icon and choose Repair. Each item has class and level restrictions on who can repair it. This information can be viewed in an item's help text. In addition to meeting these restrictions, Disciples of the Hand must also use the proper grade of dark matter to complete the repairs. Dark matter can be purchased from Grand Company quartermasters. Alright, so if we'd wanted to do our stuff ourselves, and this is one area I haven't really ventured into, and now I think I probably should. Let's extract that materia. And let us extract that materia. And you know what? We haven't, since we've gone up level 5 and 10, we haven't actually improved our gear, so let's do that. Now we have a better chance of making stuff at the quality. But what we wanted to do, and what I forgot to do a minute ago, was grab this. Let's right click, hover over this. So if we go down to, okay, Leatherworker level 1 to repair the Amethyst Slide Boots, and we need a grade 1 dark matter. And yeah, there you go. Right. Do I have the quality stuff yet? Not yet. Let's back her up a little bit. We're going to go N. We're going to go Undyed Hempen Cloth Quick Synthesis. I can max a stack of 99, and it won't use up all my hemp and yarn, more importantly, but it will use up a goodly portion of it. Sigh. So go and grab yourselves a drink, cup of tea, breakfast if you haven't had it, and we're just going to wait for Misty here to do her 99 99 bolts of hempen cloth. Man, I hope your days are going well. This is one of the slower parts of the game where you're just setting up your crafters and getting them to level through. At the very beginning, we don't have things to help us like Allied Society quests or I'll get there. Or special deliveries, which really, really help. We do have things like Grand Company Levs, and we do have normal Levs as well. But the biggest barrier to getting the most out of those is actually being able to produce the quality items. So at this level, we are just going to get these two basic things here done. The only problem with this is if you level too fast, like I said before, you level out of the region where your materials are, which is fine if you don't mind buying them from the board to do your Grand Company quests. You can use your Grand Company quest to level up, to rank up your free company if you're part of a free company. You can also use Lev quests and Grand Company, Lev quests, and leveling your character. So this is why beginning characters are so valuable to Grand Companies, because they do a ton of quests. They're always leveling up, and they're usually more interested in getting their Grand Company and Lev quests done. So I know, make it go faster. But as you can see, as we level up, we're starting to, even doing this quick crafting, we're now starting to produce some high quality bolts. We don't have to individually ensure it if we're feeling particularly lazy. That arms mender's just watching us thinking, any minute now she's going to need more repairs. He's right. I normally do this while waiting for a dungeon to pop, and I was going to... Well, the main reason I've come out of Duty Finder is because I know how long Praetorium takes to run, and I'm kind of running on borrowed time before my puppies start to riot, so we'll just finish up our crafting and our Ul'dah, as much of our Ul'dah bits as we can. So if we get the crafting for Ul'dah done to about level 20, level 30, then I know we're about to have incoming. Then I'm going to do while we wait for the Praetorium to pop next time we run, I'll be doing the gladiator, pugilist, and thaumaturge quests. Okay, cool. Are we there yet? Oh my goodness. On the upside too, we might want to have a look at making some of our own stuff, because if we make a high quality item rather than purchasing normal items, we can get... There's observe and there's my mushroom. Yes. Sorry, my tricks of the trade. We can actually get better quality gear earlier, which is the other reason you might want to do your crafting bits in the time you've got. I mean, you can just go through the whole thing fast as fast can be, and you know, run dungeon and dungeon and dungeon and dungeon and buy and buy and buy and buy. Sure, that's a definite method to do things. But I mean, each method has its frustrations. This takes more time, that one takes more gil. So So it's really up to what suits your style of play as to how you play the game. I just like poking all the things, and then I like working out how they all fit together to make things easier. Because this game has got some systems in it that really do make it easier. Let's give ourselves some high quality bits to make our quality easy to get to. I think 15% is about the max it goes though. Let us study things. Observe it, my friends. And then we'll use basic touch. And then we'll use tricks of the trade. Then we'll use basic touch again. Guarantee that 100%. And then I will use my basic synthesis. Then I'm going to use Master's Mend when it stops sticking to my mouse. Here we go. And then we're going to... What did you do? Can you not do that? There you are. I know, I am derping up my keys. Rightio. We have synthesized our pair of hempen underpants. Now because my... Oh, wow. I see. That's a problem. Because my backpack is so full, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop and we're going to get ourselves a retainer, because I have not done that in about, I don't know how many hours we've been doing this character. But I think we probably need one about now, because I do want to do some more crafting and I am going to need those materials and I don't want to have to keep buying it again and again and again. So over here on my map I have these things, the markers on my map for the Retainer Advocate, which is where we're heading. They're hiding in a niche in the wall. Hello Chachabai, or Chachabi. Greetings, I take it you've come to see me about a retainer. I have. Let's hire one. According to our records, you may hire up to 2 retainers. Currently, you have no retainers in your employ. While customizing your retainer, you'll be unable to communicate with players and engage in other activities. So, in other words, if you're in Duty Finder, get out of it. Hire a retainer. Excellent. We have quite a few men and women on our list, so I invite you to describe the retainer you desire down to the most minute detail. Where's my D8? And my D12. No, we're not saving previous load appearance data. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 races. I have a D8. We are having a 4, which 1, 2 is a Makote. Boy or girl, highest boy, lowest girl. We are having a female Makote retainer. And then we're ticking that. Seeker of the Sun, Keeper of the Moon. Looks like it is a Keeper of the Moon. I like the height just the way it is. Bust size is just fine, really. The tail is good. We'll keep the tail as is. Tail length is good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4. And tick that. I'm leaving her skin color as is. You know what? There we go. I know, I am clicking randomly. 2, 1, 2 is here. Eye shape 6. First eye shape is good. Actually, I like that eye shape anyway. That's pretty. And we're leaving that as is. There we go. You know what? I'm leaving all of that. Nose is... I like her nose just the way it is. And the mouth is just fine. Lip color is just fine. Ear clasps are just fine. There we go. I like her just the way she is. That's fine. And that's fine. And that's fine. Random voice 5. Not that she'll get much chance for it, but there we go. Alright, voice 5 sounds good. We'll do that. I can put up with voice 5. And we're done. Save the appearance data. We're going to want a name for this one. Actually, we're not saving the appearance data. What are we doing? Okay, confirm. Don't save the appearance data. Finalize their appearance. And we're going to go yes, I think. I can think of several retainers that are exactly as you describe. Oddly enough, they have strikingly different personalities. If you would be so kind as to state a preference, it would be most helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, D8. We're doing a 1. Polite. Oh, well, all right then. Very well. I have just the individual in mind. When summoned, this retainer will greet you just so. I hope your cat call is not one of disapproval. And when dismissed, this retainer will bid you farewell just so. Goodbye for now, madam. Yes, let's hire this retainer. Excellent. It is also customary to give a retainer an appellation of one's own making, a nickname, as it were. We find this deepens the bond between our clients and their retainers. She's got red hair. Let's call her. Ren? Yeah, there we go. Yes. One moment, please, while I draft the proper documentation. Congratulations! Ren is now in your employ. You can summon your new retainer using the nearby bell. If you have any further questions or requests, please do not hesitate to ask. I know I'm really tempted to grab another retainer, but let's summon Ren. There we go. Retainer's many tasks. Once a retainer is summoned, you can entrust them with gil or items, as well as have them put entrusted items up for sale on the markets. Additionally, you can also send them afield on ventures. I hope your cat call is not one of disapproval. Right, hang on. To entrust an item to or retrieve an item from your retainer, simply drag it from one inventory window to the other. To transfer gil, click on the gil transfer button to open a separate window. To entrust stackable items that are identical to those already possessed by your retainer, select the Entrust Duplicates button. Alrighty, entrust or withdraw items. We are going to make her, well, I need the crafting items, so let's, for the moment, grab these weapon coffers and get them out of here. And the silver chocobo feather. Alright. And we're also going to move the faded copy because I can turn that into a copy of stuff. Gold Saucer tickets can go over there until we visit the Gold Saucer again. The Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket needs to stay on us. That's all I'm going to put in for a minute. We're going to do a massive clean out of our other thingamywhatsit later. Not going to put anything on the markets just yet. Rightio. Now, I need to go and get rid of some other things out of my backpack. Let's talk to the tradecraft merchant. We are going to sell these Allegan tin pieces. Actually, we're going to sell the wizard eggplant seeds as well. We can go get some more if people want them. It's easy enough. And I'm not using these either. I know, people are yelling, it's alright. Get rid of all of that. Sort all of that. Actually, you know what? I probably needed those. Before we go away, let me check. Okay, no, I didn't need those. Right. That's it. Now we have a little bit more gil, and we're good. Let's finish off our Grand Company stuff before we head out for the day. We needed an N. And we made our hempen underpants. Yep. So what are we making next? Our leather grimoire, for which we need to make enchanted copper ink, for which I actually need to go and visit the Thingamy Guild, the Alchemy Guild. Boom. Because we need to speak with the very lovely guild supplier, who has a few interesting items that we may need. I don't know if they sell the sand though. That's the thing I want to find out. Iron sand. So we're after copper sand. Does not look like it. Alright, we're going to have to get some of that stuff. Right. Now, so far we've picked up, we've done that and that and that, then that. The Grimoire is what's holding us up. But we can go and get the copper sand by doing that and cut. Oh no, I can't cut it. That's alright. Okay. That's right, my phone went off. Normally I'm off by now. Let's go. Let's go and deliver this stuff. And then maybe work out what we need next. No. Let's not do that. Let's what were we doing? N. Leather Grimoire. This is how you juggle several things at once. It drives you crazy. Enchanted copper ink. Copper sand. Gathering method. Horizon's edge. There's Horizon. Let's go. Easy enough to do. Oh wow. We have made a whole bunch of stuff. Right, this is what I wanted to do as well. Grab this. We just need to clear all of this. Extract. And extract. And again. So down here you'll see things turning from white to green as we go. The last bottom. 3. And if you do this, you're actually going to be swimming in materia before you know it. So maybe put them up on the board for others who need it, or I don't know, meld it to your gear, which we haven't done a lot of. Extract science achievement is unlocked. And again, update our gear. Actually, check our gear. Yeah. Now update our gear. Alright, Horizon's Edge. Bird, get your fuzzy little tail back here. I know, bird is bored. That's okay. Crafting is probably not the bird's thing. Oh, I know where they are. Jumping into our mining gear. Making sure we have our little secret bubbles floating around us so that we don't get eaten by something unpleasant. And we're going to go grab our rocky outcrop. So usually I do all of this while I have Duty Finder running. I want some copper sand. I've got a 60% chance of Gatherer's Boon. Let's fix that. And let's make sure we have that one. And then let's go. We're going to just do some quick gathering. We don't need a lot of copper sand, so there we go. That's our copper sand. Now the next thing we needed to gather was out of Eastern Fanland. So into B for gathering log, we're looking for tarantulas. Actually, that could actually be in the Shroud. I don't know. Yeah, South Shroud, Lower Paths. Oh good, because there's something else we want to gather from here. We need the fish that's out of here in Ridge Lake. So we're going to go over this way. We're hunting a tarantula with our botanist once we get to where we need to go. Tarantula with our botanist. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Actually, I think we're looking for 10 tarantulas. Where's my bird? Oh, we can't fly yet because we have not finished a realm reborn. So no, we're not flying over the edge and taking a shortcut. We don't want blue, we want the yellow nodes because the blue nodes will give us flax, but the yellow nodes will give us our tarantula. Okay. Right, I'm going to get rid of quick gathering for a minute. We're just going to gather one each of these with a bonus from first gather. Then we actually get it. There we go, and the tarantula. Alright, looks like the tarantula is going to be a tricky beggar to find, so we are going to use all of our skills available. Hopefully. We're going to increase our mastery to get a better chance of getting a tarantula. We're going to grab our Pioneer's Gift, and get our Bountiful Harvest. Now is that? Yep. And we are going to leave it off quick gathering for a minute. Then we're going to hit. Okay, we're going to put it on because we've run out of points. How many tarantulas is that, you ask? Good question. 6. I need 4 more. So you look for the little wheatier on your mini map. It will not show on your main map. Rightio, let's go. 4 tarantulas. Whoops. This would be easier if I'd actually remembered to increase my chances. There's one I didn't get. Need another tree now. That will do. Nice of it to volunteer. So we're running at the very edge of our botany capabilities. That's it. That should be our 10. Beautiful. Right. What do we need? A fish. Where's my fisherman? So we need to go into Roots Lake for this one, which is over here. This is this big thing up here. I do like how that clue is in there. I just don't know when they put it in. Alrighty. We're fishing in muddy water. Let's have a look and see if there's any more clues as to what we might need. Mission allowance, root skipper, small fish found only in Roots Lake in the Black Shroud. A small fish. It looks like it's not a bottom feeder, but we don't know. Into our bait box. We are grabbing freshwater fishing. What level water hole is this? I don't think I've fished here before, have I? No. Right, let's go then with the light on the rod. What? Well, you just cast, girl. Now we'll put the light on the rod. And we wait. And hope we don't get eaten by a turtle. Or a surfeit swarm. Ah, no, 3. No, here I am clicking with my mouse. That didn't work too well. Alright, Roots Lake is added. That is a mitten crab. Let's cast again. I know, fishing takes all our patience. Into main scenario. Ah, that's it there. I know. 1 root skipper. I think all we needed was 1 as well. Let's just check it. No duty requirements. Mission allowances. 1 root skipper, 10 tarantulas. We need the raw spinel. That's the last thing we need. And then we need to see what else we need for a grimoire. So I think I was also missing maple logs. Yep. That's easy enough to get. What am I doing? We are searching by gathering. Raw spinel is in Earth's Gift. Let's jump up to Quarry Mill. What do you mean? Oh, okay. Put the fishing rod away. Now jump up to Quarry Mill. No. I know. As long as the game thinks you're fishing, it will not let you teleport. So you have to hit forward to pack your rod away. Alright. Now which part of Earth's Gift is it in? In the caves? Oh, that's nice. It's not too far away. We want 10 chunks of that stuff. Let's go. Find the small bridge. There it is. And the small bridge gives us an indicator as to which direction we want to go in. We need to be our miner. We can do that on the run, kind of. Bird, get your butt out of the way. Alright, 10 chunks of spinel. Before we start, let's grab this. Let's check our gear levels. Yeah, we've got the highest level on this character anyway. Grab that. And there's our raw spinel. 65% chance. We're going to grab this. We're not going to mess around with our 1%. we're just going to get it as best we can. This way we at least guarantee we get one per hit. So now I only have to find 2 more nodes and we'll do. So over here, increase our chances, get the spinal. So this will get us up to 8 and then I need 2 more off the next one. There we go. And down to here. I can't do my magic trick. That's it, we only needed 2. Let's double check before we jump out of this node that we've got it. Raw tourmaline, raw spinel. Man, I forgot I had some on me. That's awesome. Right. Let's have a quick look in our duty timers and just see what we've got. This will tell us what we have in our possession. The only thing we haven't done is the leather grimoire and the ash composite bow. Right. I wanted maple logs. Pretty sure I can make the ash composite bow too. No, what did I need for that? I didn't write it down. We'll have to check it out. Okay, back we go to Ul'dah because that is where our Grand Company is. So we won't take a free trip to Lunara this time. We'll head back to Ul'dah. We're about to go on a little leveling spree. Mind you, it took a while to get here. Okay, into Carpenter. Get back here. Alright, into the log. Actually, firstly, let's see if we've got any better gear for her. Yeah, silver magnifiers, good. Alright, we are after a what now? You know, I don't think I looked it up. That's terrible. We are after a, give me that. An ash composite bow. An ash C. Composite bow. Make an ash cabinet. That'll look nice in your house. We're after, oh god, antelope horn. Right, back to Quarry Mill. Our healer's going to be a little less healy for a minute. I know, my bad. Antelope are found. There's a little bridge. Go out the top gate. Well, because we're after antelope stags to be precise. So we're going to head on up this way and create a little bit of havoc in the stag population. That was a piece of beast sinew and an antelope horn. Let's just pick up one more antelope horn to make sure that we can make it without having to go hunting if I make a mistake. So bird and wind can take care of antelope 1 and we'll take care of antelope 2. 2 antelope horns. Now we're going back to Ul'dah. Wait a minute. We're going to go to New Britannia first. Is that my home port? Oops. And then we're going to jump out to the south gate, to the Blue Badger gate. Just jump into that one. Ethernet. Blue Badger. And then we're going to grab our botanist. There we are. Little ladybugs. So you know how we picked up those quests in Ul'dah that require little ladybug murder? It doesn't matter which city-state you're in. If you see little ladybugs and you have a quest for them, you can murder them there. With very few exceptions. 100% of getting a maplewood log. Let's just increase our boon. We're going to need, is it maple logs or maple planks? So while we're chopping, let's have a look at that. What do you mean you're finished chopping? Actually, we don't need that. We need ash. Alright, I already have ash. Animal sinew and ash lumber. We needed the maple for what now? We needed the maple for the grimoire. And I need just logs. Let's chop through these logs and then we'll get the grimoire done. Just make sure I've got enough for the ink. I do now. Right, not a problem. Quick gathering. Maple logs. Here we go. Alright, that should be enough for this time round. Now we're going back to Ul'dah. So it can take quite a bit to get all of your gathering crafts done. I think there might be one or two we're missing. What are we missing? It's easy to check. Culinarian. So we're not making. We won't pick that up today. Don't panic. We're gonna go and get our N. We're gonna go for our alchemist. No, carpenter. That's right. We are going to jump in and tell me I was looking composite, not cavalry. Oh, good. Right, let's see if we can make one of these. Oh, Lord. That needs to be up here. Okay, study it. And innovate it. Wait a minute. We need to great strides it, not innovate it. Never mind. Grab basic touch. Ooh, this is not going to be a high quality. Oh, maybe. Tricks of the trade it. Great strides it. Basic touch. And we're already below where we can repair it. That is not good. I messed up. Tricks of the trade. Tricks of the trade. So glad to see that. Maker's mend. Master's mend, sorry. Synthesis. And synthesis. And synthesis. I think we're just going to be happy with being able to hand that in and not make it high level, but we lucked out on that too. Whew. Alrighty. What's next? The last thing, our enchanted copper ink, for which we need to be... Where is my alchemy hat? What have I overwritten it with? There we go. The good thing is once you've made a gear set, you can always update it. Right. We have one chance to get it right before we visit the guild. Let's see how we do. We don't need to make it high quality, but it would be a good idea if we did. Looks like I have not done my make the basic stuff until we bleed thing, so we don't have anything to enhance bits with. Alright. No, yeah, look, no tricks of the trade. Although, it's going to be the most fragile ink you've ever seen. Alrighty, now we're going to make ourselves a grimoire. One leather grimoire. Let's go. So we have high quality of this, and we go synthesize. Take our time. I know I'm missing my I'm missing my mushroom. 33. Alright, let's see how high quality we can get. I can mend it. No, I can mend it. My bad. That's good. Alright, now we've got this. And then we have this. Boom. That is the last thing we need for our grand company. Now, it doesn't matter what class we are when we hand these things in, because it will just assign the skill points that you earn, or the experience points that you earn. It will assign them to the appropriate class. Oh, now, let's hope that I'm actually in the right area. No, we need to be over in Lindsay to hand our stuff in. Let's go. I know, they get really offended if you try and turn things into the wrong Grand Company. My bad. Here we go. Alright, first thing we need to do is head on down to the aft castle. That's it. Hit that twice. We got it. And then we're going to hang a, what do you call that thing? A left. Wander on in. Let's see if we can level our crafters and our gatherers up. Let's go. Undertake supply and provisioning. Yeah, 1 ash composite longbow. Anything with that star beside it is worth having in high quality because we can now get double. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing like leveling up 5 levels in a row. Let's see if we can do it again. Hand that thing in. Yes, we do want to hand over a high quality item. That's looks like another 4 levels. Alright, initiate's Alembic. It's not special, but we're going to hand a high quality item in and get double anyway. Which will help us with our ultimate. Boom. Whatever that was. Bone Horror. So how many levels was that? That's 3 levels. That wasn't too bad either. Our newly acquired goldsmithing. It's only low level. Not special either. We did not level this time. Sad Panda. Hempen Underpants for our newly acquired Weaver Guild. Let's go. Give them what they want. Achievement done. That's the challenge log entry, so that's nice. And into our leather grimoire, which we just made. So we will, oops, left click, right click, left click, hand over, left click. There you go. Boom, they are 2 more levels. We should have some of the skills we need now. Done. What are we doing now? Well, I'm actually thinking my puppies are going to ride if I don't feed them. So I am going to head off, going to finish up the stream. But we are going to start the stream again over in... Why are you doing that in the internet, girl? Don't you know how to play this game? Alright, we're going to go into our teleport. And we're going to go over to Ul'dah. And next episode, we're going to sign back in to Duty Finder. We're going to try and get a run through Praetorium. And then, while we're waiting, we're going to do Gladiator, Pugilist, and Thaumaturge, and we're going to try and level those things up. Where are we at with our leveling of our crafters? Not too bad. We do need to work more on the new ones, but we're getting them up to the level of blacksmith and armor and no problems. We want to get up to about level 30. And Disciple of War and Mage. So we've got Gladiator, Pugilist, Thaumaturge. If I pick up Red Mage, that's going to give us 3 magical ranged DPS. If I pick up Samurai, that's going to give us 2 melee DPS. Although Samurai is a lot higher in level. But there you go. That's that, my friends. So until next time, we're going to head on out to the Steppes of Null. Gate of Null, where we have a whole bunch of things we're going to hunt. But we'll do that next episode. So take care. Have a really good week out there. 4 more days time we're going to have some more Final Fantasy XIV. 2 more days time we're going to have some Elder Scrolls Online. And in between, we're going to have a good week. Or I hope you do. Take care out there. I'll see you around. And thank you for hanging with me this morning. It was good to see you.